Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tyranny of Flagons. We are Appalachian Dragons. This is me and my favorite backwoods bastards as we get together and like to play some Dungeons and Motherfucking Dragons.
Dungeons and what?
I'm out of practice. My apologies. We are back after a extended hiatus, longer than I wanted it to be. We are now picking up with session 14 of our campaign, Dark Rifts. We are going to be don't really have any announcements. We are still accepting orders for shirts if you want to get in on that cool shit. We are going to hopefully finish the rest of the campaign in a solid chunk without any other dips into other stuff like we've had to do in the past few weeks. We may or may not have a Christmas special in the works. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think that does it for announcements. Oh no, we do have one more announcement. Speaking of backwoods bastards, Devin Green, happy birthday, you motherfucker. Congratulations.
Oh, happy birthday.
You're the youngest old man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Crotchiest 20-something you'll ever meet. With that, we are going to talk about last week. Last week, the Lords of Nightstone, after finishing their combat with the Death Knight, the Bone Devil, Bone something, and it's been over a month. I apologize. They finished up their combat, began exploring the exterior of Hellgate Keep, finding among other things a sarcophagus that had been sealed, and they quickly realized that the entity inside was not quite undead, but undead celestial, as it were. Davos recognizing this, and the party very intelligently taking the sarcophagus to an anti-magic area where they could crack into it without it posing an immediate threat to them, and found a blind, deaf, staggering, speechless entity that could not communicate. They very quickly realized that its organs were sealed in jars in the room as well, and after feeding it its organs, the entity became whole again and revealed itself to be Evangelina, not a Solar, not a Planar, a Deva. That's what her thing is. A Deva of the Dawnfather. She explained that she had been traded to Molech, who prided themselves on being able to create very unique types of undead, as the Lords had already experienced both in the Shriekwood as well as some of the entities in Hellgate. The Deva was very wary of Yuan and seemed repulsed by his dark predilections. She almost refused to cooperate until she realized that Davos specifically was a paladin of the Dawnfather, and that another holy man, a champion of the Ruby Dragon, Arcanox, was also in the party. After choosing to maybe not trust, but to not be hostile to the party, she told them of Molech's phylactery, an artifact that held his soul that would prevent him from being destroyed while it was still in existence. She said that she could not locate it. However, someone with similar dark talents might be able to. Yuan, embracing the darkness, used the book to try to reach out into the ether and see if he could locate it. Very quickly realizing that it was in the well, sort of. He and Pandora scaled down the well, found a part of the wall was actually illusion, and Yuan, crawling within, found the ring, the phylactery, at the very end of the chamber. But when he began to crawl out, realized that these weird prickles he had been feeling were hooked barbs, that as he began to pull himself out of this tunnel, were shredding his flesh. As his blood hit the soil, rot grubs emerged and began feasting on him, prompting him to try to flee with haste, and very nearly dying. I think you were in the single digits when you got out of there. Yuan was able to successfully escape, burn through the rot grubs, get
Also
pulled up to the top by Pandora. One more time?
Also available as a short. I was plugging
check out
short from a scene earlier. Yeah, so in the chat.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The party then made their way into the keep. The party then destroyed the phylactery and made their way into the keep with the Deva Evangelina now serving as an ally within Yuan, ripping her ribcage open so that she could shuffle off that mortal coil, if you will, and join the host of spirits that Yuan has been collecting. you guys descended your way very stealthily through the keep, seeing some horrid monstrosities in the process, but successfully making your way all the way to Molek's inner chamber, where you found the towering Hellgate standing across the wall with Molek in front of it, and the dead gold dragon at his side. You guys, after engaging in just a bit of banter and shit talk, decided that enough was enough and you're ready to throw down. Molek raised the corpse of the golden dragon as a hollow dragon and had seemingly already captured its spirit to use as a ghost dragon, prompting you to engage with the White Worm Speaker and both of his draconic allies, which were the same dragon, sort of. The party had a pretty rough fight. I think Goldbrand and Yuan both went down. Arcanox in critical condition now, and Davos and Pandora are pretty much unscathed throughout the fight, like they do. The party was able to defeat Molek, particularly Pandora, with a very well-aimed shot from the shadows. However, this did, or upon him being slain and turning to dust, the Hollow Dragon and the Ghost Dragon flickered out of existence, leaving you within the inner sanctum. With that, we are going to dive into tonight's session of Tyranny! Flagons! And we're back. As we return to our scene, we are in an ancient chamber, deep within the accursed bowels of Hellgate Keep, standing before the grand stone doors that lead to Avernus. The White Worm Speaker has just been shot by Pandora and dissolved into dust, his white dragon mask and the mantle clanging to the floor. Ark and Goldbrand are each critically injured. Yuan collapsed and grievously wounded with dark veins of necrosis surging through his system. As we return to this instant, what do you do?
Well, I tell Moloch to send my regards to his bitch queen in hell as I take the ashes.
Bits in the ashes. Ooh. You want to make a death save for me?
That body.
Okay. What the? Hold on.
Oh, Devin, if you'll pull up Brandon.
I got it. I got it up.
Thanks. Yuan successfully passes one of his death saves, still writhing on the ground. What do you do?
Well, hold on a second, let me find it. I'm gonna give him some lay on hands. I'm gonna give him some lay on hands.
Yeah, there we go. Well, some pick up. I also forget, you do have your 3 conjurations, Ember, Diaval? Diaval?
Yeah, Diaval. He should still be summoned, I think.
Diaval. Yeah, as well as Evangelina. Evangelina will go over and she will lay her hand on your chest and pump in some radiant energy, restore 20 hit points.
Bow chicka bow wow.
My hero.
Even as this, Yuan was downed by the Hollow Dragon's necrotic breath, and even as he is brought back. You see that particularly around his eyes. These dark lines that had been like running his way through his veins still linger around his eyes a little bit. He's looking a little spooky.
Rough, buddy.
Also rough.
Dig it.
I mean, I know you're no stranger to death, but that was a little close for comfort.
At least I didn't turn into dust this time, right?
Wait, if you die now or you become Lich, should we just kill you now?
Well, Brian says better safe than sorry. Oh, there's a kitty down here.
Goldbrand is also technically Goldbrand's also technically down, which is why I've been keeping my mouth shut. I just realized his token says 2 hit points, but he was definitely dead. Not dead, but down.
Well, I think you got picked back up by Ember, so you would have been dead. You were down, but you have hit points and are mobile. Speaking of, Ember, I think still has a few charges of Healing Spirit. Devin, if you want to roll those dice and distribute them to someone. Or someone's.
I was about to say, that's the maximum of 5 or 6 times. Let me find. I've got Healing Spirit on my. I think I've got Healing Spirit.
It looks like it has 3 left. It says 3 out of 4 HS.
See here.
Let's start with 2 on Goldbrand and 1 on Yuan. Or, well, let's do 2 on Goldbrand, 1 on Arc. Those are D6s, right?
Oh, I forget, but yeah, that sounds good.
I can go up here. So let's do this. Arc takes 6. Goldbrand will take 9. Healing.
I think you get to add something to it, too.
I'll have to look at that character stat.
I'm sorry, Lonnie. Oh, you're such a good kitty. I feel bad. Healing Spirit, you get to add 1d6. Oh, yeah, it doesn't get to add anything. Pardon me. It's just 1 plus your spellcasting modifier is the number of times that you do it.
Which, yeah.
So,
let me see what Goldbrand
each get a little bit of
what spells Goldbrand has at his disposal. Oh, boy.
Barbara had also mentioned looting the body. Barbara, you very quickly see that most of Molech has dissolved into ash. The tattered robe he wore still sort of remains. You do see the white dragon mask. Rather simple, sort of like not even a like over the head, but like a front face kind of mask. Looks nothing like the draconic head that it assumes once it's worn. And you also see his mantle, the Egyptian-esque is sort of what comes to mind. Metal mantle with the multicolored fabric beneath it that's inscribed with thousands of runes. Both of these objects glimmer in the dust of their once master.
Well,
I'm taking the mask for sure.
Goldbrand's going to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Nice. They'll perk you up.
So that'll be 26 to, assuming we all gather up close enough, 26 to everybody who can accept 26.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, y'all get to add to that because I have a cool little scythe thing. Goldbrand puts his hand on the hilt of his, no, I keep saying scythe, the hilt of his sickle, and you all get an extra D4 healing when I do that.
Nice. Davos. I just typed in Davos 5e. Wow. Whoops.
I can become an archer too to add more to that, but I'm going to give that to myself. I know we may rest here in a second. Yuan, where are you at? Go. Where are you guys at after that?
I would have moved up on you, I guess.
Where were y'all at hit point wise before I decide what to do with this?
I was at 20.
Did y'all do something to increase your max hit points?
Hero's Feast.
Isn't that temporary? Oh, no, it's not temporary. Okay.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time. Struggling on the struggle bus. Trying to figure out which one of these constellations I need to roll. Or where it's at, I should say, to roll it. Where are we at? So, 38, 84.
One of y'all can also drink a beer to get 44 plus 4 hit points back.
What do you have more than 20 you want, or do you have right at 20?
Well, I'm at... Before you cast the spell, I was at 20.
So now you're at 46. So Goldbrand's at 38, 84. I am going to give that extra healing to myself, so y'all carry on. I'll add it as soon as I find it.
Go ahead.
Roll the freaking thing.
1d8 plus wisdom. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 1d8 plus wisdom.
Well, it's 2d8 now. It doesn't count like my
Oh,
level up.
yeah, does it show the?
Um,
Yeah, exactly. Okay, right on. So 2d8 plus your wisdom is what you get.
It's +5. It's great. So 12.
Nice.
Wait a minute. Is that a decomp stain?
There are
Indeed.
several. Yeah, you see that around this. There's a sigil on the door itself, but there also seems to be a circle of blood within this little pedestal in the middle of this platform, and you see where several different bodies have been either felled here or sacrificed here. Many of them still have weapons beside them. You see swords, spears, a spell book or two. You're not quite sure if these were people who were sacrificed or if these were people who tried to stop him and just ended up eroding on his floor.
Yeah, sorry, I just focused my eyes and I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
That's a decomp stain.
Yeah, and so just Devin's double checking here. That gate looks sealed. We're not in any danger at the
Correct.
moment of it. Okay. Doesn't
Yes.
seem
In fact, anybody who wants
sus.
to can make an Arcana check as they look at the gate.
Well, I guess he was trying to open it.
I mean, anybody that wants to, that's a free roll, okay?
Yeah,
That's a free roll,
it is.
yeah.
Don't fall.
That's
for
a
the trap.
fucking door right there, baby.
19's pretty solid.
That's a door.
It's a
door.
That's a big old door.
Also, Josh, I love that your icon right now is the Luthier's Folly. Badass image.
Oh.
On a 19, let me see here. Where did I put it? Here we go. You see that the door cannot be opened by physical force. And you very quickly notice that there's infernal written around the edges. It seems to be some type of incantation. With the 19, you're not entirely certain how to operate it, how to open it. However, it does appear. However, you get the itch that if you were to use the book, that you could find out how to do it. You're not quite getting. The 19 was not quite high enough to get the information on your own. However, when you use the Book of Vile Darkness, you actually get an additional +6 and can roll with advantage. It will, however, cost you another hour spent with the book.
Nah, I don't want to get in that bad.
We'll see how you feel soon.
Take a short rest.
Also,
go ahead.
Evangeline has can use cure wounds 3 times a day, so I guess I'd probably blow those charges before she disappeared.
Fantastic. I think that's done at like 2nd or 3rd level too, right?
2nd level.
Yeah. That's like
So
2d8 plus whatever her modifier is. I think
Which
she's
don't know what
charisma
it
based.
is. Yeah, let's
Whatever
see.
the highest of her mental stats are is probably her spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, it's gonna be charisma, so she gets to add.
Ember is also with you guys. He's not he is corporeal, whatever, physical. So he has taken damage. He will need to recover on the rest, but he could cast spells as well if he has not used those slots or abilities yet.
First one goes to Goldbrand, second one goes to Ark, and of course the lowest one goes to me. All those are +4.
Oh my, 13.
So 13 to Goldbrand, 15 to Ark, and 7. Big 7.
I do think we should short rest too, just to spend some hit dice, and hopefully with all that combined, we will be okay. Assuming we survive in this room
Last
for an
in
hour.
Pandora.
I also have 30 points of lay on hands if anybody needs it.
Nice.
Catch these hands.
Yo, I don't think anybody has drinking the potion for 44 plus 4. They're drinking the beer for 44 plus 4.
Yeah.
Whoever's lowest, if you would like to do that.
Yeah, who's doing bad? I only have 53.
I'm at 84 now.
79.
All right.
53 is still the lowest, yeah.
Okay, Ben, you gotta take 10 damage.
4d4.
Plus 4, yes, sir. 15 more points
Not bad.
for the half-dead looking motherfucker.
Get even more souped up.
Yeah. I'd say your blue skin is kind of becoming like a blue-gray almost.
Ugh.
Like it's looking a little,
Delicious.
you're looking a little rough, right?
All day.
A spa day.
Mud
Honestly.
bath.
You guys talked about getting the mask. And I assume the mantle as well. Who has the mask? What are you doing with it?
I ain't touching that weird ass shit.
I mean,
we
I'll pick
know
it up, but I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not like wearing it or anything. But I'll just kind of keep it on my person.
Yeah, we know the safe enough to pick up.
Yeah,
I'm-
safe to
I'm
touch. You know, if you
looking at-
attune to it, that Tiamat will see you
see you.
briefly.
Yeah. Looking at
Can
you
I
on
string
it-
all the masks together and wear it like a necklace?
Wait, one more time?
I say, can I string all the masks together and wear them like a necklace? Just as
Love
a
it.
flex.
Flavor
The
Flav.
trophies of those you have slain.
I was about to say, we've hidden the green one. So looking at you on
Big
Goran,
cauldron.
would probably assume something along if you can't take that, then you can't do to this what you did to the last ones. Do we have to be S14s?
I'll look at you back and say, well, the thing is, I could probably do it here, but they might see us, and also, I don't have that spell right now, so...
I would hang on to that, Orcs. Put this in your armor or something if you can't. Probably best to let anyone have it over your dead bodies.
Right. Say Art kind of slides it behind his breastplate.
Yeah, I think that's because to get anyone to get to it physically, they would have to go through you, and that's a very formidable line of
Good
defense
wall.
for now.
And they'd
yeah.
have to know it was there in the first place if it's out of sight.
Yeah, right.
My only worry is if we're really gonna go into the hells, we're taking that motherfucker to her doorstep. We have to make a point to get it somewhere else.
Goldbrand. You are all sitting and talking about this, trying to make plans for what to do with the mask. And you notice, just out of the corner of your eye, a flicker of movement by the far right staircase.
There are staircases here. Oh my!
Bottom right.
I got you.
Southeast section of the chamber. As soon as you turn your head, it seems to draw away. But you know that something is active.
Hold on a second. Interesting.
What do you see, Billy?
I'm not sure it's something we can see per se. Just a moment. Oh man. So I don't know what that is, but it looks badass.
That's a cursed image.
Yeah.
Gotta do that with the mask.
I love it.
Honestly,
I don't
you got
have...
two. It worked.
Let me check something.
That would be cool if, as like you guys like decide to each take a mask when you get them, and instead of wearing them on your face, you all put them on your shoulder as like a
pauldrons.
Trophy pauldron.
So I'm gonna try.
And then the horns on the pauldron will protect your neck, won't they, Devin?
Those would not, if you wore them like that, which is why pauldron is not the thing that protects your neck. They protect your shoulders.
Well, no, if they have spikes, they have horns, is what I'm saying. If they've got a raised section
That's
here,
stylistic.
protect your neck.
It's a stylistic choice. It's, it's like fantasy armor.
That's not a. Oh God, are we gonna have this argument again?
Anyway,
real pauldrons with that neck defense. That's a thing.
Goldbrand wants to cast Dispel Magic because he doesn't have Detect Magic, so he's going to, assuming that he can do that. If he has to know the actual source of magic, that makes things difficult.
Glad that we were on the same page.
Oh, we're going in on this.
Yeah.
Wait, yep.
I would like to point out that the second armor set still has a Gorget, which is the thing that protects the neck.
It's true.
Yeah, that's the
understood that is not that this protects the neck, like the actual armor here. But if there is a spike on the shoulder or a raised plate or something, that would also protect the neck. Yes,
the first one does not appear historically accurate to me.
There are, God, I will find this afterward because this is a 5-year conversation. I guess not 5-year, but it's been a minute.
Oh yeah,
y'all have noticed a potential infiltrator, but have not.
Yeah, can Goldbrand cast it?
Show yourself.
One more time.
Can Goldbrand cast Dispel Magic? I don't have Detect Magic, so that's
what's the range on that?
Oh boy!
What's the effect that you were trying to dispel?
He doesn't know. He was just gonna sling it. I was gonna see if you would allow
Exactly.
it. It's 120 feet. It doesn't specify. It says you have to choose one creature, object, or magical effect. I guess that implies he has to know the magical effect is there. He doesn't necessarily have to know what it is or where it is. It just says to choose.
You could target a creature or object. Right now, you don't see anything. You saw a flicker of movement, and it seemed to retreat back up to within the chamber that the stairs lead to.
Oh, it went back upstairs.
If you want, you can. If you want, you can make an active perception check.
Keep your weapons nearby. Goldbrand will go that direction and look.
Pandora's gonna go ahead and hide. I just want to be ambiently hidden.
I'll look at my hands like I can't do away with my weapons.
He's gonna walk that way. So I'll go
okay, show me where you get to. You don't see anything. You came down from the left staircase, and that led to a room above, which some undead entities were in. However, this space you were unfamiliar with. You're not sure what's up there. You can't really make out much from that position.
Okay, so it's not like he's pretty concrete. It came from the ramp and back up the ramp.
Yeah, it's like at the very top of the ramp where like it meets the room. You saw a flicker of movement, like something was peeking at y'all, but then pulled away.
I was afraid for a moment he might have thought it was out here in the room, but okay. He looks back, doesn't see Pandora anymore, and he goes, okay, Davos, Yuan's far staircase. Don't let anyone come back down.
About this point, you see as a whirring of air, you all turn to see a small black speck floating just a few feet away from you. And within an instant, it swells and expands to become like a black-rimmed rift, if you will, 10 feet in diameter, and revealing a view unlike any that you've ever seen. You see stars beyond counting, set adrift in oceans of vast multicolored clouds, distant suns glowing red, white, yellow, and blue. You watch as a field of massive pockmarked rocks drift by weightlessly, and you almost find yourself transfixed at the sight. But then you start to feel the temperature plummet. Your pulse quickens as you realize the air around you has grown thin as it is being drawn into this vast emptiness. And with an ironically heavy dread, you begin to feel the tug of the void before a dark figure begins to emerge from it. Massive and malformed. Here we go. It's like, fucker. Massive and malformed, a horrid shape drifts through the rift. Its arms atrophied and gnarled, its legs drifting behind it, shriveled and misshapen. Its turgid body, formless and distorted, props up a swollen head, which bears two partial mouths and a single yellowed eye that blindly stares toward the ceiling. I really want you to look at that eye. That's creepy. You see, as it crosses the threshold and into your space, that trailing behind it is a black, glossy rope. Rope-like appendage, rather, gnarled and knotted. And at the very end of this rope, it seems to progressively fade out of existence and into nothingness. The energy in this horrible place shifts to be even darker, as the revolting entity releases an unintelligible gurgle and reaches out to you with its one good arm. I need everybody to roll for some initiative.
Ew.
Good use of gurgle.
God.
Gurgle.
Made it to Silent Hill.
It's a nasty thing. That. I see a 28 for Pandora. I see a 15 for Davos.
14.
It looks like it rolled a 12 for a Yuan. I see a 7 for an Arcanauts. And Goldbrand.
At the very top, I rolled a 1.
19. Oh. Nice.
Goldbrand didn't like that.
Fantastic. All right. Let's go ahead and switch up the beat to some battle music. Luke, by the way, if you are not already, feel free to join on and listen to our Spotify. Fantastic. Pandora. as this entity emerges, you've already taken up a hidden position. Go ahead and roll a baseline stealth check. This is you at the start. This is not using your bonus action or action or anything like that.
I did roll a 24 earlier, I think.
Oh, thank you. I didn't see that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
With your 24, you feel you are comfortably hidden from this thing. As you see it, like your stomach almost like twists a bit. This thing is an abomination. You don't know what it is, and it just gives you the absolute ick. The ick of your life.
My
The
heebies are
heebie-jeebies.
heebies.
Indeed. What do you choose to do?
Shoot it. Kill it.
Yeah. I mean, that's always a good choice.
Not
Automatic Pandora response.
For real, though.
Alright. I'm just gonna regular old shoot it. 19.
19 will hit, indeed. Roll me some damage.
It rolled.
Oh, I'm sorry. With the sneak attack, that's 39. Very solid
The whole
opening hit.
package there.
Yeah. Solid chunk of health out of the... I'm not going to tell you what it is actually yet. As we
Demon
round...
fetus.
We're going to round to this demon fetus. Fetus is a very good word, Barbara. Just going to tell you that for what that's
Listen,
worth.
I played Silent Hill. I know all the imagery. I
Eh.
know fetus when I see one.
Fantastic. All of you feel a sense of dread as this thing enters. You see the area of effect around it, the radius.
No.
Nope.
Y'all don't see the grayed out area?
No, sir.
Nope.
What about now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I'm
right.
out of it.
Ew,
Love it.
I'm in that.
Absolutely. Fantastic. As this thing enters, it's going to make a... Is this a touch ability? I'm sorry, I have to swap tabs for this. It is not a touch ability. It holds out that one good arm to you, Goldbrand, and you just hear this deep... And I need you to make I believe it's a Constitution saving throw.
You sound like me getting out of bed in the mornings.
Yeah. Honestly, though. 21 does pass. However, you are still going to take half of that, which is 18 points of necrotic damage. And you watch as you feel your body kind of wither a bit. And you see the spectral one of these ropey tendrils like attached to you. And it draws a bit of your life essence out. And it regains some hit points.
Ew.
Oh, whoops, that's not right. There we go, that's better. Fantastic. We go to Davos. Davos sees this most unnatural thing, and what does he do?
Well, he doesn't like.
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. Guess it
Who
would be
does?
hard. It'd be hard to Light of Lathander it, I guess. But we need to dish it out on it a little bit.
Did
He's-
you Did you
I
already
what?
take off the damage?
I did.
Okay, sorry. I see a different value here on your turn tracker, but I'll disregard that. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, on my token it says 46, which should be the correct amount.
Perfect.
Here we go. Sorry, I was checking some of the stuff that I've already done for Davos. I'm going to use his next 5th level spell slot, his last 5th level spell slot, to use Guiding Bolt.
Nice. 25. A 15 does hit this thing. It is not very well defended. It's a very fleshy
Like most
entity.
fetuses.
And the
True.
radiant damage seems to burn a little extra. So
Perfect.
that's actually going to be 37 points. Actually, we're always running the player favor, 38.
Can he Light of Lathander without hitting everybody else, or that's not really going to happen? Like, I know, does the way they're facing, does it matter?
He can't, from that distance, he could not hit it without hitting everyone else.
Okay, yeah. I'll wait on the bonus action, or I guess I'll send the rapier to it, even if he can't attack. He'll send it over there.
Where is it? Oh, it's right in front
next
of
to
the dragon. It can move 30 feet?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I just moved my screen.
It could hit it.
Well, it
You
will
want to
do
go ahead
it.
and roll for that?
Yes, sir. I gotta find the stupid thing. See here. Oh, wow. 11 damage. 31 for 11 damage.
Fantastic. As we round from Davos to Yuan, this thing is actually going to reach out. Oh, no. You know what? It's going to... It's going to wail. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Eee.
That is a pass. That's definitely a pass. That's
Ooh,
definitely a fail.
lucky point.
Haha.
Lucky point. I don't want that smoke.
No, go ahead. Are you showing how many do you have now? Because I know we might have used some during the fight with Molek. Oh, the 12 is also a fail though. I need
to try to wheel that. Can I wheel that just in case? That's all.
Wheel yours?
Yes.
I mean, you can.
I'm gonna try just in case. 13.
That would be a 13.
Yeah.
So looks like everyone but Arcanox and Davos fail. I need you all to take a point of exhaustion.
Ooh,
at this first level of exhaustion, I believe you are. Oh, the way that's laid out is weird. Let me go to the actual table. I think its ability checks are made at disadvantage, but I will double check that. Yeah, you have disadvantage on ability checks. That's not saving throws, just ability checks. Fantastic. Everyone but Ark and Davos get that as we round to Yuan. Yuan, you hear this wretched wail that just chills you to the bone. And it's your move. You know, I will allow a free history or arcana check for Yuan specifically.
Okay.
13. Don't find much on a 13. You recall this reminds you of something that you've read about in the book, but you can't recall specifics at the moment. Maybe it's the adrenaline, maybe it's the unsettling nature of this, but you can't quite put your finger on it, but you know this is referenced in the book that you have.
Okay.
What do you do?
You know, I think I heard it sizzle a little extra earlier. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to back out of the space, get a little bit further away from it. I can get like, I don't know. It's not really anything big. I'm just going to back up this direction. And then I'm going to lob a firebolt at it, but make it radiant damage.
Also, I think you get advantage because of Guiding Bolt.
Okay. He would, and a 21 would hit. But as you conjure up this, it's funny, you go from the fire and you begin to like concentrate it like you're conjuring a sun. But as you go to try to like start the spark, you find that your magic is not working. You are in a dead magic zone. You backed, unfortunately, right into one. So your spell does not work. It does take your action, however. I think that's your action, bonus action. Or no, I'm sorry, you do have a bonus action.
Okay. I'll bonus action shadow step this direction to get out of that anti-magic zone, I guess.
Shadow step is not a spell in of itself. It's a creature ability, so that should work, yeah.
Cool.
Fantastic. Arcanox.
All right. This thing's hideous.
It is gross.
Hideous indeed.
Ark's going to do what Ark does.
Ark do.
Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, the interface on my D&D Beyond is looking weird, but whatever. Alright, so 2 swings of Douse. 16 and 20.
Both of those hit, yes, sir.
Oh, both? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Not very well defended. Big, fleshy space baby. 27. Fantastic.
And then, last but not least, third attack is the breath weapon.
Yeah, nice. A dexterity save? I do not think this thing's very dexterous. Let me see that. Yep. Oh, that's pretty rough. I'm going to roll this. I don't think you'll be able to see it. With its modifier, I got a -1. So it is going to take that full 29. And you said fire damage?
Fire damage, yeah.
Fantastic. Let me check the real quick. Okay, all good there. 29. Fantastic. It looks wretched. As we round to Goldbrand. Or I'm sorry, you do bonus action if you have one.
Yeah, let me get that bonus action attack. Oh god, 30. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, get it.
For another 15.
Fantastic. Goldbrand, what you got, homie?
Oh, I think Goldbrand's going to try to go Nova. He flinched when it comes through, and he's so mad about it that he's going to, I guess 10 feet. I guess I do have 5 feet. He'll take his 1 step forward. Sorry, I can't move Goldbrand. He'll take his 1 step forward, and he's going to freak out on it. I would like to attack twice. I would like to make both reckless, or only one reckless. I don't remember how that works. I'll look here in a second.
I think reckless can only be used once per round.
But it makes
I think so.
I think it's just one. I will look it up real quick while you go ahead and swing. Honestly, this thing has a very low AC, so
yeah. And long story short, I'm doing that so I'm going to use Great Weapon Fighter for both attacks. So they'll be -5.
Yeah,
plus
-5
10
plus
if I
10.
hit. I'm gonna add some damage dice from my other thing. So here we go. Goldbrand just goes crazy swinging on it.
When you make your first attack on a turn, you can choose to attack recklessly.
Okay. So this one will be reckless.
Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon rolls using strength during this turn.
Yeah, okay. So this is the first one, 20-15.
Absolutely hits. I'll take that
27 damage. Well, it's plus 10 because of Great Weapon Fighter. That's why it's -5.
Understood. You have a 19 there, so I'm going to say 29 damage.
Okay. Second one at disadvantage. 18 -5 is 13, 12?
That hits. 25 points of damage.
Yes, sir. And then I would like to add for both of those swings, I'm going to mark these off real fast before I forget. I'm going to do Brutality. Expend a charge whenever I hit an enemy. I get to expend a charge to do 2d10 damage. So I'm going to do that twice.
Yeah, do it.
So that's it. That's all I got. Because
it's looking fucked. As we round to the top of initiative, you see another one of these portals open up. And this time, the entity that comes from beyond it is not entirely foreign. Some of you may have fought in your adventures a Bahir, a long lizard-like entity with several legs, horns, and normally this bluish skin. However, this one looks a little extra fucky. Its skin is withered and yellowed. It's as it goes to its skin almost seems to wriggle a bit loose from it. It seems like it is an undead entity, but as it roars at you, Josh, and it opens its maw wide, you see thousands of white worms just swarming through this thing. In its mouth, its gullet crawling in and out of its skin. And it makes you think very much of the rock grubs that had you scared the shit out of me, Vincent. The rock grubs that had crawled their way into you earlier. As we round to the top, Barbara, what you got? This you get the idea that this doesn't know where you are, but it's uncomfortably close.
Let's see. So if I were to sneak around and skulk away, I guess it would probably notice me.
If you move, I think that does. Well, not necessarily. It would have a better chance of finding you if you were to move.
Right. Well. Shoot. I miss being Zephyr and having freaking Misty Step and a million other doot getting out of here kind of abilities.
You jerk buttons.
Yeah, the oh shit button.
But can't you bonus action dash just to get wherever you want to go? You've got a metric fuck ton of speed.
I can bonus action dash, but then I won't be able to hide again.
You also just have your feline agility. You could.
Oh, I do have that.
You could run away from it.
Would it get opportunity if it doesn't see me immediately?
I don't think it would.
By the time it notices me, I would theoretically think that I'm gone.
I agree, but I'm going to Google it just to be safe. A target would have to be within line of sight for an opportunity attack. The two sources I'm seeing right now say no, they wouldn't be able to hit, so you're good.
I'm he's looking this way, so I'm okay.
Yeah, he seems to be roaring in you on space.
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah. I am going to use my feline agility since it costs me literally nothing to do so.
Yeah.
And that means I can double my speed. That's 60. I haven't even measured on this map yet. And then there's this gross aura. I don't like any of this. What's this red circle that's up here?
You shouldn't be able to see that. I don't know how it got on y'all's layer. That is. Oh, I think I revealed it during the combat because that is an anti-magic area. Someone was in it and tried to cast something or something along that nature.
Oh, sweet. We're gonna bolt to this other one then. That's also still out of the yucky range.
Okay. Acceptable. Make a new stealth check for me. Or, well, attack first if you would like to.
Yeah, I would rather attack first.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was your previous stealth score?
33.
Okay. It rolled a 25, but you're good.
Ooh, spicy.
So it wasn't far away, but...
Ooh, too close for comfort. Damn. Sometimes I roll a 25.
Yeah. Looks like the floor of what you can roll or some bullshit.
This little baby thing, he's about dead, so I think I will chuck another arrow his way. 23 definitely probably hits.
Absolutely. Give me 1 second. I should check one thing.
Is he gonna like explode now that I've killed him? Jesus Christ. Don't laugh like that. Ugh. Not reassured.
As you
Sorry, guys.
As you pierce it, its body begins to implode almost. I gotta hit one thing. I think only Ark and Goldbrand are in the area, but let me confirm.
Sorry, boys.
I
didn't have exploding monster baby on
20-foot sphere.
Bingo card.
Yeah, I need each of you to make. Thankfully, it's a dexterity save. Excuse me. I need each of you to make a dexterity save for me.
I do get. Oh wow, the advantage did not help.
Oh no.
Oh.
I mean, it did technically.
That's fair. Yeah. Kept the really bad thing from happening.
Ah!
Oh no!
I almost want to say max damage, but that would be mean because it would down. Maybe not both of you. It would down Goldbrand at least. I need you to both take 59 points of damage as this thing literally implodes and an explosion rockets through. You are not sure exactly what this entity is, but it seemed to be almost native to the astral plane. It is a foreign object in the highest degree.
Brother in Christ, you said 59.
59, yes, sir. Over the negative 13, you love to see it.
Bam.
Thankfully, its aura does go away, which it didn't really come up, but that prevents healing, which I thought was fucked.
That is pretty fucked. That was a Silent Hill monster. Jesus.
Called, I don't know if it's atropal or atropal. Like atrophy, I guess is the root there, but yeah, it's a little nasty bugger. But as we pick up Pandora, that was your action. Hide again if you would like. As we go down to Davos. Good Dawnbringer.
Let's see here.
Okay, so I can't roll a 25. Gotcha.
Educational opportunity.
Here, I'll make this where you can see it. He's within 60 feet of Goldbrand, so he's going to use his bonus action to cast Healing Word, just to go ahead and get that, out of the way. Get Goldbrand back on his feet.
Nope.
Let me fix this real fast. And then, man, he's awful close to that fucker. He's got a lot of health, though, so he's just going to smack it.
Yeah, that's fair. Very valid Davos behavior.
Yeah, Davos is alright. Here we go. Wop wop.
Fantastic.
Paladin 3. So he can't attack twice, right? Yeah. Alright. I'll roll.
He can make a bonus action attack with his sword if it can reach.
Yeah, well, I used the bonus action for Cure Wounds.
Oh, the Healing Word.
Healing Word, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no.
Fantastic.
Oh, he does have extra attack.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to go find it to make sure he actually had it. Roll, David. 12 more damage.
18?
Assuming that hits.
Just barely, yes.
Oh boy.
Fantastic. Excellent. As we round to Yuan. Yuan, this infested thing has just emerged before you, and it is uncomfortably close. What do you choose to do?
Well, let's see. I guess I'm gonna probe it. Not anally. So
Don't like that.
Is a ranged
Don't
attack?
like that.
Is a range attack disadvantage from here?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's next to it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you're within
fine.
5 feet of it.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to shadow step again.
I was about to say I would tell you to shadow step to Goldbrand's shadow, but he's kind of laid on the ground, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shadow step behind your corpse's shadow. No, I am gonna bounce like underneath the baby.
Nasty.
Where it was.
Not quite. I'm gonna go a little bit further back, and then
I
I'm
like
going.
I like that from your perspective. Like the thing popped up in front of you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go way behind it." And you go over there, and you find like Goldbrand like knocked down on the ground, and like Arcanoc's like bleeding. Like it's rough.
Like every time I jump somewhere else, something terrible's happening.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to firebolt it from here, and I guess I'm gonna see if it's also weak to radiant damage.
Put that in the back so you can still see you. 27 definitely hits. Roll some damage. I do not believe that this has any extra effect on this, but I will look real quick. No. 25! Very solid hit. Fucking cantrips, man.
You
Gotta
get
love
stronger when
it.
you get high level.
Yeah. Well, I find it so funny that cantrips scale, but like weapon damage doesn't. So it's like, that's not a hit right there. As we come to this entity that is most pissed off right now, it swerves to look at Davos, and interesting. It sees Davos here, but it sees the cluster of you over there. You just smacked it. It's not being compelled. What is in its best interest from an instinct point of view? Yeah, because it's only 20 feet. I think it's gonna risk the smack. It's gonna get hit by Goldbrand or by Davos. Sorry. Shift over here.
32
That definitely hits.
for 12 damage.
Fantastic.
Make sure he ain't got no fancy thing that can stop it.
He is going to, as it opens its mouth, you again see all these writhing white worms like maggots crawling through its flesh, and you see like a spark at the back of its throat before a burst of energy flies out. I need Arcanox, Elbrand, and Yuan to all make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh boy.
A lot of decks tonight.
Oh, damn.
Oh!
Solid.
Very nice, Arcanox. Arcanox, I will give you a choice. With the natural 20, I think we should have some fun. You can either not take any damage and sidestep out of this area, or you can give Goldbrand a chance to re-roll his dex save.
I don't know, man. Goalie's lower than me. I'm gonna give it to him.
Okay. Goldbrand's like, it's probably going to kill me either way, but
I was about to say, I don't
very noble.
Don't know
I
if
don't know,
that's
man.
a solid deal for you.
11 is still a failure, but it's the thought that counts. I need
Yeah, first poker.
Goldbrand, you're going to take 65 points of damage.
Jesus.
Oh,
And then Yuan and Arcanox are going to take half of that, so that's 32 points of damage to each of you.
Well, goodbye.
oh yeah, you're down too.
That is down.
Pandora,
Oh.
you're watching in fucking terror.
Yeah.
Those are the
And,
two strong boys.
as
Have
we're
you
talking
never-
about this, we come to Arcanox and Goldbrand's turn. Each of you roll a death save for me.
Show me
That's
the
close.
death saves. Hold on. I've got to make this 0 before it will let me do it from here. Oh. Let me roll. Thing. What button are you pressing for that? Arc?
Yeah, it's been so long since I've done it. I'm looking myself.
Because it
I
doesn't
think
get
it's just
modifiers, right? Oh,
No, it's
a
just
flat
flat
D20. Yeah, a flat D20 will do it then. Okay. Oh my.
Oh, I think that passes. I think a 10 plus is the
I
pass.
think you're right.
Both of you have a successful death save. At the top of the round, I will allow anyone who's still standing to make either an Arcana or a Nature check.
Oh, good. Both of mine are terrible.
They're both intelligence based, so all of you have a terrible score. 18 is not bad. You won. You get blasted by this, and a thought occurs to you. This astral baby space thing, it could have any number of abilities. You're not really sure what the fuck its deal is. But Behirs exists in nature, and the parasites infesting it, you don't think that would give it the ability to open portals like what it came through. And it didn't seem like the space baby opened a portal for it. Something about it just seems off to you. With that, we go to Barbara. You are comfortably hidden. You don't particularly know that last little bit of information, but you see this thing blast Goldbrand and Arcanox down and do a healthy chunk to Yuan as well. What do you do?
Yeah, and do we know if I still have any healing in the ring? Did I
You did use it last.
I think you
last
used
time
it,
we
yeah.
met, yeah.
Okay, see, it's been a long time. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
no, it's cool.
Shit, so there's nothing I can really do to help you boys. Whoops.
I would work
I mean-
on killing the thing first.
I was gonna say the best mitigation is a dead enemy, so.
Fair point.
Okay,
Clear a path
so
for
next point of order. My longbow says I have 6 charges left, but I don't think I do. I think it was giving me trouble clicking it last time.
I will say I don't think you expended all of them, so we'll say you have at least a couple. Well, let's put it at half. We'll call it an even 3.
Okay. No, I've got like a bunch of charges. I got a total of 8. So half of that's 4.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Like honestly, my bad. I can't remember, but
No, it's been a minute. You're good.
I'm like, it's letting me click it now. I don't know what its problem has been. I just know that I want to hit this with as much force as I possibly can. Hold on.
Mac that up on the flow.
What?
Unconscious enemies. Okay, sorry. Just thinking out loud.
Okay. We're going to. I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to think which charge I want to use. I guess I will use. I don't want to use all of them yet, in case another thing shows up. So I'm gonna pop it with my bow with the violent attraction charge.
Yeah. That
So
definitely
that was
hits. That's a base of
one.
36.
And then, let's see, 2d10. I was going to use my 2 charges. Do I click it? Did it click? Oh, it did click. Okay, there we go. Did that do a second time for the other
Fantastic.
charge? Yeah.
Got a solid chunk into it. As we leave your turn, there is a. Give me 1 second. Let me actually look at this real quick because I want to make sure I got this ability right. Please, panic amongst yourselves.
Never.
Oh, how about that sports ball?
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
I mean, I can't panic if I'm down, so.
You watch as another one of these rifts open.
Jesus Christ, I knew it was going to happen.
But the figure stepping out is not monstrous. You see an actually somewhat handsome figure, dark hair, coming out of a blue mantle. Oh, I forgot I could do this thing too, so our people at home can see. Let me do that. Boop. A mess of dark hair beneath a black metal mantle, dark armor, a great axe in one hand, and on its pauldron, blue dragon scales that seem to form on the pauldron and form a mantle around it. You even see a blue eyeball peering out from the pauldron itself. This entity with glowing green eyes reaches down to Arcanox and begins to and pulls from him the white dragon mask.
Stop him.
That is his action to use the spell. He is going to use a bonus action. He is going to use. He already used a spell, so he can't use Misty Step. He is going to do Repulsion.
It's kind of rude. He knew it was there, but whatever.
Arcanox, Arcanox and Goldbrand are automatically pushed 10 feet away. You can make a strength saving throw. That is a failure. You are also pushed 10 feet away. And if you're beyond this circle, let me see here. How am I going to do this? Let's do that color seems fitting. So, you're going to get pushed 10 feet away, and you are knocked prone. You two are on the floor dying, so you doesn't really make a difference to you.
Yeah, we're just ragdolling.
This figure enters, snatches the mask, and then forces everything around it away, including the dead baby.
It exploded. It's not there no more.
Yeah, we're just like Skyrim NPCs floating on the ground.
It flies 500 feet into the distance. That is this creature's turn. We go to Davos. Davos sees this fucker. He sees the mask in his hand. What does Davos do? He sees his friends dying. The Behir, looking at them hungrily.
Davos needs to get that mask.
Yes, he does. Bring the dawn.
Because I know he's got it in here. Doesn't he? Oh, fuck.
What was that?
I thought he had whole person, but he doesn't.
Oh, no.
I do.
I mean, I do too, but we're dead.
Oh,
and even if he picks us up. Okay. I'm gonna try something different instead. Hold on. I gotta check one more thing. He has a feature called Peerless Athlete, and I have to make sure it doesn't cost action economy to use. Where the fuck is it? Oh gosh, dang.
Is that where you can jump real far or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure, because if it gives him advantage on I do not see it though.
I just reread
the
that.
Next 10 minutes, you have advantage on strength and dexterity checks. You can push, carry, drag twice as much.
And dexterity.
Your long and high jumps are increased by 10 feet.
It doesn't cost action economy. He can just do that, or it does cost action economy.
Oh, I didn't read that part. I closed the tab. It says for the next 10 minutes. I think it is something you have to activate.
Here,
as a bonus action, you use your channel divinity. So yes, it's a bonus action.
Fuck, fine, I won't do it. Davos will not dash, he'll move his full 10 feet. He's the guy's holding the mask in his hand, right?
Correct.
Davos will go the full feet to him and try to take it from him. Physically snatch it from him.
Okay, so he has not used his Peerless Athlete, is that correct?
No.
Okay. So, this entity, we're going to have basically a grapple, a tested athletics check here. Yeah. Which he is proficient in.
But it's grapple, so I can use acrobatics instead of athletics. Because it's one or the other.
The thing is, you're trying to pry it out of his grip. So I don't think it's so much that you're...
I can judo sweep his foot and misdirect him.
You can try to do... Well, again, you're not grappling him. You're trying to grapple the mask. I think it's
grapple
going to
checks
be...
are either one.
But you can't grapple an object, for example.
That's exactly
I think it's going to be an athletics check. You're trying to snatch it from his grip and pull it out of his grip. I think it's going to be a... I think it's going to be athletics.
My only point is that not raw if it's a grapple check. 11.
It's not a grapple check. I think grapple checks can only be performed on creatures. Because it implies that you're trying to grapple something else rather than pick up an object.
Either way, he rolled an 11.
That is not great.
Well,
12, but
If I was Goldbrand, I would wheel that, but I'm down, so I cannot wheel that, which sucks.
oh, so here's the thing. I need to Google something.
And I can't Bardic or yeah, I can't Bardic Inspiration myself. Sad.
So natural ones do not do
No.
anything on ability checks. He rolled a natural 1, but got a 12 total. I
You would
will be
punish us
generous.
for it.
That's not necessarily true. I can punish whoever the fuck I want to. I'm the daddy master. I'm going to say he does hold on to the mask, but I'm only going to make that cost Davos a bonus action, so he still has an action.
Oh, they don't. It doesn't matter. He's going to Misty Step away. Because that was, I mean, dude's just going to leave. I can't, he doesn't have, he does have one more thing. And just since he has his action, Davos kind of rips out an order, eyes down, and he's going to cast Hypnotic Pattern just to try something.
Nice. Okay.
Did that
That's
go
a
on the
wisdom
thing?
saving throw.
Yes.
He is. He's a 28, my friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
You watch as this sparkling pattern goes up, but seems to have no hold on this entity. We round to Yuan. Yuan, you see two of your friends down. You see the Bahir standing over them. You see Davos locked in with this entity, trying to fight for this mask. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds on the area between all three of us.
Okay. That would hit
Not
the
the best
four of
healing,
y'all.
but take it.
It picks them up, which they're going to get to move before this guy will. So that's a plus.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then I'm gonna look at Goldbrand and I'm gonna say, "You better lock him down. I think he's going to leave." And I just point at the guy over there, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to shadow step back over here beside this rock.
Okay.
Just handle that, bloop.
Essentially, the parasite-infested Bahir sees both of you pop back up. It does not have a breath. Oh, it gets to technically roll for a breath weapon. It does not get a breath weapon back. It will, however. Goldbrand and Arcanox, which one of you thinks you would be tastier?
I thought if he likes
Hmm.
jerky or gator tail.
Yeah, the scales I think would make it Goldbrand seem the more appetizing option.
I don't know. Goldbrand's really old. He's like chewy. You have to like
That's
stew him.
tough meat. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fair. I'll tell you
He
what, I'll roll.
he's
for it.
Probably doesn't
prime,
have
yeah.
as much muscle mass as Ark either. Like I mentioned, he's not as.
He's way past prime. Yeah.
Yeah.
If this is even, we'll go with Arcanox. If it's odd, we'll go with Goldbrand.
There
That
we
is
go.
odd, so Goldbrand's getting snacked.
Chop, chop.
Ow!
Goldbrand, does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
I need you to take 22 points of piercing damage. Or,
Woohoo.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. 17 points plus another 17 as it tries to wrap around you. You go down, of course,
Mhm.
with that. It goes to bite you to try to swallow you. However, it rolls in that one.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm sorry. No,
It doesn't even have
I'm
to roll,
gonna-
does it? Yeah, I guess it has to hit.
it still has to roll. Yeah, I misread this. I hit the wrong button for the attack, so that's a damage that was a 1 and not like a nat 1. So it's going to go with the bite now. 23. That will certainly hit, and it swallows you. You watch as Goldbrand's body disappears within this entity, and you know he is unconscious. You know that typically if something eats you and you don't get out very quickly, you are Bahir food.
Even less quickly now. The bite inflicts 2 death saving fails.
Well, the constrict was the first. The bite, when it's the swallow, doesn't deal damage on itself, but when you start
Oh,
in its stomach, it deals damage.
interesting. I will uncheck those.
But it works phrases it as make a bite attack against a medium creature. The attack hits, the target is swallowed.
Interesting.
Arcanox, as we round to you, you watch as you come back from the brink, dazed, look over to Goldbrand, and immediately see him snatched up and swallowed by this parasite-infested entity in front of you. Behind you, you see the white dragon mask in the hands of this mysterious stranger. Davos desperately tried to pry it from his grip. What do you do?
Here's the deal. Goalie's my boy, right? But it's a new arc. There's an oath thing. We have to stop Tiamat. That's the greater good, etc., etc., etc.
All valid logics.
So, the dude that has the mask, right? Make me a whiz save.
Yes.
A whiz
Bless.
save. There we go. I'll even say that
20.
that Davos throws out like, "Well, fuck him back. Get the mask." Like,
Yeah.
it's what he would want.
We have at least an hour after he dies. Yeah, an hour? Depending on the spell. Yeah.
I think he has raised dead, yeah. Not the Bahir, excuse me. The Madman. That's a wisdom save?
Yeah.
That is an 11. He is going to use the one legendary resistance that he gets from the blue dragon mask to choose to pass that.
Yeah.
You watch as the spell tries to take hold of him, and he begins to lock up a bit, but the blue eye on his pauldron like burns with an intensity and dispels this effect across him. You recognize this from the other worm speakers that you fought. You know that that's a mask. He's not wearing it to be the draconic form, but has its effects. You have a bonus.
This is all blue, huh?
Oh, blue, yeah.
Well, this is all blue. That's all blue. I might use my action surge to make him do that again. Or is the action surge an action? Never mind. Or can I do another spell with an action?
Action surge is a free action, man.
Action surge will give you another action, but you cannot cast another spell because you can only cast one leveled spell with your action or bonus action per turn.
Try to get to him and grapple him, but it won't stop him from misty stepping, teleporting.
You could try to snatch the mask. You could try to disarm him in another way.
If you have anything that moves him and we get him to a anti-magic spot, we know where at least two of them are, then he can't go anywhere, but he's so far from those. Moving him that far will be difficult.
Oh, it's nothing that can stop him from, like, teleporting out of it. I can only, like, physically hold him right now, I think.
Yeah. Theoretically, you can move half your movement speed after you grapple him, but you already have to get to him and grapple him and then try to move, and I don't think you would make it to either one of them. It's up to you. Gosh, just smack him. Maybe. Oh, do you have a compel duel? That may not stop him from running.
I do. I think it just gives him disadvantage on attacking other people. I don't think it prevents him from leaving.
Ew. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine command.
For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls other than you. Must make a wisdom saving throw if it attempts to move a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. I would rule that if it were trying to teleport more than 30 feet away, it would have to roll. That seems fair. If it succeeds that save, then it does not restrict the target's movement. If it tries to attack somebody else other than you.
Honestly, I think you might have better luck taking the mask from him physically than you would with the spell. Because if the spell fails, he goes, he runs.
Oh, you also can't cast the spell because you have already cast the spell this turn.
Yeah, but if you take the mask from him, he will have to stay or leave without it.
All right, well, that's the case. That's
me
a good point.
plotting with most of us dead to keep this fucker here and kill him.
All right, well, in that case, Ark is gonna charge this motherfucker and grab him by the fucking shoulders.
You're gonna grab him?
Nah.
Well, I'll grab him and try to wrestle the mask out of his hand. Yeah.
Get the mask.
Okay, you're gonna go for the mask. Make an athletics check for me. You have a pretty stout athletics. You've got probably the best chance on the team. He did not roll great. There we go. You rush up to him, and he's focused on Davos and trying to, wrest it from his grip. But you come up and I'll even say you like shoulder check him, like grab the mask, yank, and then shove with all your might and actually push him a little bit away. He staggers back a step, and the mask is now within your grip. That's going to be, I'll do the same thing I did for Davos. That's a bonus action. So you still, if you want to use your action surge, you still have an action. You also might have some movement left.
I was about to say, you can use your dash action to double your movement, and you could go get to one of those anti-magic fields if you wanted to.
Ooh. Yeah, I see that.
You also have a fly speed, so you could try to get up and out.
My speed's one better. Oh, dude, fuck yeah. Hold on. Alright, so I only use 10 to run up to him, so I can use the last 30 of it. Bam! Get right there.
Nice. Alright, yeah. You go into the field. You feel as some of your armaments dull as you enter this area, and you feel that will protect you from a lot of from an outward assault, as it were. Very good thinking on your feet. As we round to Goldbrand, I need to check if this is the start of your turn or the start of its turn. Let me see. At the start of each of the Brahir's turns. I need you to make just a flat dex save for me, Goldbrand. I think you're neutral right now, right?
Yes, sir.
You haven't made any since you've gone down?
Now I'm dying.
That is one failure. If Goldbrand takes damage at the start of Brahir's turn, he will die. Pandora,
yes.
as we round to you, what do you choose to do? Burr, you're on mute, mute.
Yeah, you're not going through it, babe.
Whoops. I was going to be making a last-ditch effort to get that mask back, but since I don't have to, I guess now I can save Goldbrand. Maybe.
Pandora says, I'll think about it.
Theoretically,
He's my fourth favorite drinking buddy.
maybe if I hit it hard enough, I guess, maybe he'll puke it back up.
I think theoretically I have to hit it hard enough before it will puke me back up.
On the inside, yeah.
I think. I'm not certain about that.
I'm trying to
I will
see
say,
now.
this is not outside of the possibility of you just being able to kill it externally. You'll still have to get Goldbrand out, but knowing your damage outputs, you could drop it this turn.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna try and do, because I'm still... It's not paying attention to me. I'm hidden behind the statue. We're gonna jump out and give it the old razzle-dazzle with the charge and everything. Oh, and that's a nice solid 28.
28 definitely hits.
Let
That
me
is
roll
a
my
36.
Hold on. Where's my rolly button? There we go. Last two charges, buddies.
Oh, unfortunately, it is still clinging to life, but it is fucked up. Pandora, as we round from you, we come back to the Madman. He snarls at you, Arcanox. You are only delaying the inevitable. Her return is imminent. He is going to... actually, I need... Well, then I'll just have to remedy that, won't I? I need Davos to make a dexterity saving throw. Excuse me, sorry, not dexterity, strength saving throw.
19.
That just barely passes. He had to beat an 18. The entity is going to move toward Arcanox. Let me get a measurement here. Arcanox, you were downed at one point, which I think technically removes Diviabol because you were conjuring him. So I don't think he's actually here at the moment. I think the Bahir downed you, right?
Well, I think it was only for a minute anyway.
I gotcha. And that's a good point. All right, so he is bounced 30 feet. He will get immediately adjacent to you. He wants to save his action for the potential getaway. He is going to try to snatch it from you. Make an athletics check for me.
Contested.
18 is your He tries to snatch it, but it does not take. And you watch as his face snarls. He is going to begin swinging. He will take. Let's start with. Let me see here. $18, 32, 27. I think the 32 and the 27 both hit. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it.
You're going to take 30 points of damage. He is going to do two things. He's going to use charges on this. For the first hit, he's going to lower your AC by 3.
That's rude.
So whatever your AC is, it's down -3.
Ew.
And for the
it's only 20
second,
now.
oh no, for the second hit, I think he is going to try not cleave. Where is it? I thought I had this on here. It might be on the actual item. Here we go. He's gonna deal. Oh, yeah, he's gonna use Meteoric Strike to deal an extra 18 points of force damage.
Dude, I only got 12 HP, dog. Like,
Oh no, he already used his attempts to snatch it. So I will not allow him to pick it up this turn. But you guys watch as this thing rushes up and puts Ark down. We round to Davos. Davos knows Goldbrand's been gobbled up. He sees Ark is down. He sees the mask at risk. What do you do?
Sorry, the arc drop and changed what I had been planning
Yeah.
to do.
me too, dog. Like,
No, okay. I'm gonna do what we were planning anyway, Josh. Because if it doesn't work, he gets the mask and leaves. Hopefully.
stick to the mission.
I can't. I can't. 5,
I
10,
know.
15, 20. Davos is going to run up to him. He's going to raise his sword, and I would like to hold the attack action
Oh,
until
I'm
we
sorry.
want...
Was Davos pushed?
No, he entered that space after that.
Okay. Or no, but was he pushed the last time, or did he pass that check? I just asked him to make a check a little while ago. I've already forgotten it.
Let me find out.
Everybody failed because they were down, but that was 2 rounds ago, so they
Yeah,
got
No,
it.
don't
just
Actually had
when he
bonus
when he just started his turn, he pushed Davos. But I see a 19. I think it's an 18. Yeah, we're good.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because if he would have been pushed out of it, he would have been knocked prone and therefore be half
Mm.
speed. But you're good.
No, he's going to get up to him. He's going to hold his action until you on spell lands.
Ooh.
He'll get to attack twice because
Okay.
it's an attack
Hold his
action or whatever.
until you want spell end.
Until you on spell lands.
Until you spell lands.
Yeah.
Whether it hits or not, it doesn't.
I thought you
doesn't,
said
know,
ends. I got
you know.
yeah.
Well, yeah, after he casts his
gotcha.
spell, however you want to say it.
I gotcha. He braces himself. He's ready. You on your move.
All right. I'm gonna burn some sorcery points to twin this, and I'm gonna cast Rolatham Psychic Lance on both of them.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. Intelligence is neither one of their strong suits, believe it or not. Regardless of what the Behir rolls, it will die from even half damage. So the Behir is down. Now
I point at
the
Pandora and say,
Madman.
"Cut the big one out."
Oh no, we might need her.
I can theoretically. Okay, Joey, close your ears. I can theoretically run over there and grab it. I'm stealth. Like, I rolled a nat 20 on my stealth.
I forgot that you had moved to the other side of the map. I thought you were still like down here by it. That's why I said to do that. I'm sorry.
I
But I
agree.
can theoretically go. I
Focus
have
on the
I
mask.
have my beeline agility to go get it.
Give me a thumbs up. when you're
I
ready.
think that's a great. I think that's a good idea. So
And then
what?
hide
what
again.
yeah,
If
I think
if
that's
I grab it and hide again, he can't see me. He can't grab the thing.
That's a good
Well, they
idea.
might
The thing
both
is
be down
dead.
for this
Whole
round
range
anyway.
not in
So that,
active
just so you know,
dice.
your attacks will crit on him. If
Melee
he
attacks
fails
will
this.
crit.
Melee attacks.
Go ahead. Come on.
So you
back,
could get
Joey.
sneak attack along with Davos hitting him, and we could do some nasty stuff. That's up to you.
I was about to say we're ahead reached a point where we're not saying anything he don't already know.
Yeah,
But I like
okay.
what you said, Barb.
Yeah, I'm
So,
just dead.
so
Uh,
you thinking that's good? Do I need to?
Yes, no,
Please?
I like your plan. We'll let others
Okay.
worry about the crits, assuming we get them.
Heard.
I'm gonna roll this in front of the board because I will tell you, his intelligence is not very high. He only has a +1. In theory, he cannot make the 22. On a natural 20 is the only way that he can pass this. A 5% chance.
Woo!
13.
Oh,
Yeah.
spicy armpit.
He is Psychic Lance. He's going to take that full 23 damage, and he is stunned. Is that correct?
Let me pull up the spell really quick. It's like
incapacitated.
incapacitated.
Oh no.
We do this every time.
This may not get us what we wanted to get. Oh no. Let's find out.
It just means he can't do
Incapacitated is
anything for
pretty
a full
solid.
round, though.
Yeah, it's not the
incapacitated
same
means
as
he cannot take
paralyzed.
actions or reactions.
Right.
So you won't get the crits on him, but he can't cast the spells to GTFO. Very nice. Very smart move.
Davos is going to swing, it's going to pop his held action.
Very good call. Yeah.
And so I was going to smite for both of these. I'm going to do, I guess, anyway. I was hoping to get a crit and get the big paladin thing. But we're going to do it anyway. Oh, wrong button.
A big dick paladin damage this
Yeah,
one.
he's going to do it. Here's the first two. Does the 18 hit?
18 does not hit.
Ooh.
So it takes first level spell slots for regular smites. I'm gonna hold on to the smites mostly because I can't mark his
His
sheet.
weapon does give him a free one per day. I think it's I have his sheet here if you want me to mark something off for you.
Well,
I think
have a
his
whole
sword gives him a
list.
3 level 3rd.
I have a whole list of shit he's
Oh, yeah.
already used. I didn't want to sort through it.
I know I get a free one per day, so
Well, he'll use his free one for that 2d8. Gross. Plus 5.
Oh no!
for charisma?
Once because of his sword, once per long rest, you can cast a smite of up to 3rd level without expending a spell slot. So you can roll 2 more d8s.
I will do so.
6, 5.
Plus 5, right? Gets his charisma added to it?
Yeah, do a solid to smites. I don't think so
Okay, never mind.
because it's already
Regardless.
adding on to the weapon damage. Fantastic, spicy hit. Does a
With,
good quarter of his health.
With the remainder of my turn, would you allow me to hit Ark with a spell? He's like teetering that anti-magic zone.
Didn't you just cast twins
Psychic Lance.
Ralum Psychic Lance?
Yeah, but I have a bonus action spell I can do.
If it's a leveled spell, you cannot.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because you've already cast the leveled spell.
Well, foot. Never mind. Good luck.
No worries.
I
This
hope you
is
live.
technically the top of
Yeah,
the
me too.
Behir's turn. Goldbrand is still inside of its stomach. Creature, it doesn't get regurgitated when it dies.
I was gonna say, digestion stops when creatures die. That's just,
Oh, that stomach acid and the parasites within are still active.
Okay.
My mindset is Goldbrand goes down from either the bugs or the acid. Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure that's raw. I think that's right.
Goldbrand. Look it up while we round about because you won't have anything to do for a minute anyway. Arcanox, I think you were down. Yeah.
yes, my dude.
Oh, roll a death save for me, my guy.
I made my first death save.
Baby's
17.
first death save.
Pass. Very good. Pandora.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed.
Where on the map did the mask fall to the ground?
It is where Arcanox is. It was in Ark's grasp when he struck Ark
I think
down. It is within the immediate
I
area.
Fumble. All right. I didn't move my last round, so I have my feline agility again.
Okay.
Get it.
Nice.
So
Get
I
it and
have
hide.
2 feet.
Kitty.
We are doing the football fumble. I grab it, give Ark a pat on the head. Sorry, buddy.
Now here's the thing. He sees you grab this because you are not obscured as you are coming in between him and the object he is specifically here to get. So he sees you grab it. You can still hide. He is incapacitated, which means he can't take actions or bonus actions. Actions or reactions?
Reactions.
Specifically says reactions, so you are good. You are able to slip away without him getting you, but he does know that you have taken the mask.
Did have a nat 20 on my last stealth, but a 30 on this one will do.
30 is pretty solid. Now, that's your bonus action and a free object interaction because you didn't have to fight for it. Action.
Oh, I lost sound there for a second.
If you shoot at him, you'll reveal yourself to him.
But
I should have
in the
hit him on
in the
the
order
right
of
side.
operations, she could have shot first and then hidden, right? Because it's action bonus action.
You could have,
so-
yeah.
Okay, yeah. If DM will allow that,
Sure.
okay.
I'll allow a little retcon.
Just a little bit as a treat. I don't do it that often. That was a 23 to hit.
Fantastic. So at this point, you would have been hidden at the start of your turn, so that's 39. Solid chunk out of his hit points.
He can eat it.
Fantastic. As we round to his turn, he cannot take actions or reactions. I'm reading that he can still move. There's nothing preventing
so.
him from moving. Also, I need
What's the spell?
Ember, I guess, Ember and Davos to both make strength saves.
Ember and Devils. Come on now, roll. 15.
That is a failure.
Ember is +1. 12.
Both of those fail. You're both pushed 10 feet away
Boop.
and knocked prone.
Boop. Boop.
Fantastic. He is going to. He sees you grab it. He sees which direction you run because he sees you run before you hide. He knows that these fuckers are between you and it. He's going to try to skirt around Davos. You can't make an action or reaction. It doesn't say bonus action, but I believe the intent is that you can't make that either. I'm not going to give him a check because he's still reeling from that a little bit. He will end his turn there. Davos.
He doesn't know where Pandora is either.
You don't. That is true.
But he did just see that guy bolt over there.
Yeah, he's got to use half his movement speed to get up, leaving him with 15. Are these 5-foot squares? 5, 10, 15. He can still get there.
I regret something, but that's okay. We all have regrets.
Indeed. He can still get there. He doesn't really have... Man, how does he look after Davos got to lay into him earlier?
He's bloodied. He's about 50%.
Davos will use another healing word because he should have at least one. Yes, he should definitely have another first level to get Arc back up. He's gonna bonus action healing word on Arc to get you up. Arc should have done that first thing. Apologize. You know what? He's going to get. He can use the rest of his movement speed to get there and smack him twice, so he will.
Okay. Well, both of those hit. You want.
Arc, we need that whole person if you got another one. I should have held my action again. Anyway.
That's fine. Arc, or you want.
You're on mute.
Sorry. I'm just gonna try to smack him with a firebolt. It's a 20 hit.
20 does not hit, unfortunately, my friend. Bonus action.
Bonus action, I'll give Arc a little more health as well.
Appreciate
It's
it.
not
at
much,
you.
but it's something.
2 points. You love to see it.
I'm not meant to be a healer, okay?
As we round to
Literally
Argonauts,
nothing.
you push yourself up. Don't see the mask. You don't know where it is. Oh no, you weren't unconscious, I guess. But I think that when you're making death saves, you're too distracted trying to survive to really keep up with what's going on. You just see the mask is gone. The guy is gone.
Hey, I pat him on the head. I made a note of that when I ran by and said
You
sorry.
did pat him on the head. That okay? I'll allow it. You know that Pandora probably has. You hope that Pandora.
Okay.
Let's say that.
I'm going to assume she does.
Oh God.
Considering that this guy's still here in the first place.
Yeah. If you can get him with that, we might get shit out on him. I don't know that we can kill him, but we can fucking At this point, it sounds like he's
Yeah, I'm
staying
kind of.
until he gets the mask.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah, I'm kind of hurting and far away, so I'm gonna use my last second level spell slot.
Do it.
Beat another 20.
Okay. I will tell you, he has a pretty solid. He's proficient in wisdom saving throws. It is, and the creature he's based off of is as well. However, that is only an 11. But Yuan has gone. He is no longer Psychic Lance. He will use a counter spell. He was wanting to save that. I thought Yuan was going to try to Psychic Lance him again. Because I should have tried to counter spell it last turn, but I did not.
Okay.
I
Make
thought
him use
about
all
it,
his trump
but
cards at least.
I'm gonna counterspell him.
You're going to counter spell his counter
Counter spell
spell.
that counter spell! Yeah!
Okay, what level are you doing it at?
What do you
Oh
have?
god, I don't know what level whole person is.
Whole person's low level.
Yeah,
It's
I have a
second
third level
level
spell slot I can use. I guess I'm gonna do it because it's the lowest level spell you could do with that. Like the lowest you could do is a third.
Correct.
God, this is exactly how I play Magic the Gathering.
Because he knows there's another spellcaster on the field, it is
he's
my
even
belief
blue. Fuck.
that he would have upcast it, but I will leave it up to chance. I'm going to roll a die. If it is above 10, he accounted for it. If it is below 10, he did not. He cast it third level. This technically.
You hadn't already marked it? What was you hadn't already marked a use of it?
The counter spell.
I guess you have slots. I guess it's
The stat blocks don't. Yeah. But this is an intelligent enemy. I need to chew on this for a second.
I mean, to be fair, he is distracted.
He's got a lot of
He's certainly distracted, but his primary focus is to get that mask and get out. Preferably, well, his primary thing is to get out alive. His secondary goal is to get the mask. I think he's going to upcast it.
Ooh.
he just can't do so.
He knows you're
retroactively.
there. You psychic. What?
He just can't do so retroactively. It's my only grab.
Can't retroactively upcast it?
Yeah.
I understand
If you hadn't
that.
already selected the level, I can understand.
Well, understood. But this is a powerful enemy. Their primary focus is getting out alive. I think he would have upcast it. I think in the terms of survival that he knows that he has to get out of here. And y'all have him under half, which is a dangerous place for him to be when he's outnumbered. I think he is going to upcast it. Goldbrand is dead. Top of the round, Pandora. You have the mask. You see him near you. He does not know where you are. What do you choose to do?
Nothing.
Meaning I'm prone to what?
I said, don't do anything.
That
Stay
might be the
still.
best plan. Yeah, continue to hide. You could move away from him, I guess, and try to hide. Like, since he can't theoretically smack you.
Yeah, I'm looking to see. Hold on. I was looking at like a million different things last turn. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking at. All right, fam. Guesses on if he has dark vision.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think he probably does?
I
mean, if
I
you're
We're
gonna
doing 5e, so he probably
If
has.
I'm, if I'm not mistaken, you guys had the mask identified by Safine, and she told you that the mask gives you dark vision.
So if you use
So you would know.
darkness does not count. It would block anything if you're trying to use something like that, but he can
Correct.
see in
That is-
regular darkness, yeah.
Oh, I see. It says a creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness. Okay.
Yes. Means
Oh,
most of
hold
us
on.
will not be able to see through it either. Yeah, all of us will. We don't have Devil's Sight or whatever it's called.
Devil Sight or True Sight. Yeah, True Sight I think lets you see through it.
Devil's Sight might be the longer one. It may not be the one that lets you see through it.
But my theory
I
here
think Devil
is
Sight lets you see.
if I cast darkness and bolt, he's not gonna have a clue that I'm gone.
Well, he doesn't know where you are. That's a good point. He knows roughly which direction you headed earlier, but if you do that and then bolt, he'll have an idea of where you were based on where the darkness is, but not where you're going.
Yeah. So that gives me more leeway with. Okay, so questions.
Mhm.
Like this area down here, that's where we came in, right?
I'm sorry, I'm not seeing where you're clicking. Let me scroll out. Go ahead. Yes, that is where you entered.
Okay. But he doesn't know we entered there.
You don't think he saw you enter. You don't think he was here while you were fighting Malek. You think that something about Malek's passing alerted them. You don't necessarily know how, but
I can also theoretically just hit him and go. But I don't have any charges, so I can't like womp on him.
Well,
so Davos,
but any
up.
at half health, any damage is good damage, especially if you can get to him, smack him, and leave without giving him an opportunity to hurt you. Which I don't. It gets weird because we have to argue whether or not disengage allows him to not take the mask from you. I guess you could pop him twice with your arrows and then hide and run, but any damage is good damage for what'd you call it? NPC?
Okay, but my options are I'm crowd I can't think of the word. I'm brain dead. So my options here are I can darkness and run, or I can shoot him and run. And I don't know what improves my chances necessarily of keeping my paws from his mask.
The darkness is, depending on where you put it, going to hurt us more. As in,
yeah, it's a 15-foot radius.
As in Ark and Davos. If you put it on him or near him, or if you put it on him, we can't see him to do anything to him.
True.
If you put it
if you put it down here, then she could run that direction through it and disappear behind it. Granted, he would still know. The thing is, depending on how far you go, he would still know kind of what direction you went and know that you would have to be in the vicinity of the other side or inside.
But if I put a 15-foot... Hold on. What does it say if I can put it on? Hold on, I want to see. From a point I choose.
I'm going to say 30 seconds.
And it does explicitly state you can't place it on someone or thing.
But if I place it somewhere and run in the other direction, is what I'm saying. He might think I'm in the darkness over here if I'm actually over here.
Might.
You're thinking like a counterplay. It's not a terrible idea.
9.
I'm not opposed.
Okay, I'm gonna throw
7. Okay.
I'm gonna throw that down because I would like to mislead him theoretically.
Okay. Where are you throwing it down?
Hold on. I'm looking. It says within a 15-foot radius sphere at a point I choose from within range, which is 60 feet. So I can theoretically. Whoa, that's a big circle.
That's okay. Pick where you want it, and I'll drop down the thing for you.
Okay, so there's a lot of rocks over here, so I want to put it. I'm trying to I can't click the line thing again. Hold on. Yeah, because I could theoretically run here, so I'm going to. Hold on. 5. Hold on. Okay, Okay, this is a movement question because I'm not quite sure how the action economy of movement works. Theatrically, I know what I would like to do ideally.
Okay,
so let me know if this is a possible thing. I would like to run, which exposes myself. He can see me. If I run like 5, hold on. Ruler again, sorry.
No, you're fine. I did say 30 seconds about a minute ago, so I'm going to ask you, in 10 seconds, I'm going to make you pick a point.
Okay, so if I run this way, and as I'm running, throw the darkness, like, in the direction I'm running, which would be, from the 5-foot step out here, if I throw darkness down to, like, theoretically where I would be going and around these rocks, so a 15-foot sphere right here.
Yeah.
And then pivot. No, he won't see me. Never mind. I see what I'm doing. Again, brain dead.
Okay, pick a point.
I'm going to throw the darkness down right here.
Okay.
Can I see what a 15-foot sphere looks like size-wise? Because I think that's what's true.
It's a 15-foot radius, so it's like 6 by 6.
Like this, right?
Yeah. Right about that.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Right there. That's actually exactly, because that doesn't cover him or anybody else.
Correct.
Okay. So that's 10 feet that I've moved.
Okay.
Whoops. Ah, the line again. And then I'm going to move behind this rock that's over here. Bolting, I guess, from the darkness. No, I'm going to stop right here on the edge of darkness and hide.
I think that's the better call. Because if you went to the other rocks, you would be traveling from the darkness to the stalagmite. So I think you're good there. Very good. You pop over. We come to his turn. Davos, make a strength save.
5.
That is a failure. Davos is pushed 10 feet back, not prone. He looks to the darkness, looks at all of you, realizes that he cannot accomplish his primary goal. But he will not die here this day. He is going to travel a little farther over. He's going to use a bonus action to try to make an active perception check. He gets to add 12 to this. That is at 30, but it's not enough. He does not see Pandora. And you watch as he takes his axe and he swings it, and it creates a gash in the air that opens up to this round portal that you saw these creatures drop through. And he walks through it, and it seals behind him. You guys have staved off another attempt to snatch the mask. And with that, friends, we're going to take a break. We will be back here at 11:06 Eastern Time. We'll see you boys in just a second. And we're back. As we come back, mostly due to the fact that I have trouble doing both the dialogue and trying to strategize at the same time, before the blue worm speaker departs, he leaves you with this. Fine. Keep your truth. You'll be coming to us soon enough.
Damn right.
As I said, she is inevitable. Slashes through the air, opens up a rift to the astral sea, steps through it, and it seals behind him. You all stand, or most of you stand, because Golbrand is still within the belly of the beast, as it were. And I think all of you realize that is a ticking clock. Because Raise Dead will work if you have a body. What do you all do?
All right. Arcanox is going to use his retractable claws to slice open the thing's belly.
Very nice. I won't even make you roll for it. It's got a very thick hide. Even in its rotted, semi-decomposed state, it takes you, like, instead of like a clean slice, it almost like comes off in chunks as you slash, and it takes like a second to dig it open. It is a very visceral, disgusting endeavor. However, it does not take long before Golbrand's large corpse is found within, and you pull it from the belly of a beast. I think Davos probably immediately will go to it. It is within the minute, but does he know Revivify?
Let me check.
It is within the minute, but does he know Revivify?
Let's find out real fast. That's a 3rd level spell.
Do that bit.
He does not have Revivify, because I imagine he let go of it for Raise Dead, which he does have. He is out of 5th level spell slots, though.
Mon Dieu! Man, fascinating.
It's okay,
Ember.
because Ember's still on the field.
Ember is here. Ember, I'm forgetting exactly what spells he has as an adult. I'm
It's
gonna look.
one each day they can cast Revivify or Greater Restoration. Or Mass Healing Word.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Then yes. This will destroy Ember. She will revert to the cinder and in 3 days be reborn as the fletchling. This is the first time that Ember's had to give her life in 7 years. Maybe not quite the full 7, but in multiple years. But Ember will happily do it for her longtime friend. As she streaks across the area, Embers, ironically enough, trailing behind her, she lands on Golbrand's chest. And before we do this, Devin, you mentioned something about not sure if Golbrand would be willing.
For those not familiar, the stipulation of the spell is a willing soul, willing creature. No, I'm still undecided, so I think I'm going to roll, since I can't decide what's really the difference.
Oh, don't do that! You're going to roll for the fate of your character?
I was going to do an odd or even.
That's spicy. Do you think it's a 50-50 shot that he wants to come back, or do you think it's like a 10% chance or a 20% chance?
No, I think it's like, from my perspective, is that he wouldn't want to. He's with Hydia now. Like, he's old. It's he died doing a thing that was worth doing, and that's what Uthgards do. But I don't.
There's work left. But there's work still to be done. In fact, when he died, I think the mask was still in what's-his-name's possession. The madman.
Oh no, why did you say that?
I'm not certain on that.
Know that I had
obviously can't look back right now.
Oh no, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh no. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You can come back and be mad about it, because we already took care of it.
Man, I wanted to do odd or even, but I understand that it could be unfortunate to have character die off dice roll. He will. Yeah, I like to think of it this way: it's not willing at first, so there's almost a delay, if you would, in the process before the resurrection takes place.
I think those of you familiar with the spell Revivify know that it's a minute, and those seconds tick by both painfully slow and uncomfortably quick. And as you realize that window is narrowing more and more and more, finally, Ember throws back its wings, bursts into flames, and these flames, those of you close enough to them, you feel the heat of it, but it is not uncomfortable. And as they turn a brilliant white, they recede as if an implosion back into Goldbrand's chest, and it rises as he breathes in and out. And Goldbrand, you awaken to find the yellow and red egg, as well as a myriad of ashes across her chest.
Oh.
Who's got to witness you, old friend?
What's the
Goldburn takes a big breath and he cradles the egg as he sits up so it doesn't fall. He looks around. He'll nod at Ark. Not done yet. We're almost there, but not done yet. Did that fucker get away with the mask?
I think it's your cue, Pandora.
Pandora's still being hidden. Kind of apprehensive at first. Dude just disappeared, but he was like real close. Like he was like over here when he vanished.
It's
So,
here
like-
somewhere.
Yeah, he came
But, yeah, we
actively looking for you, but
Like at this point, would Pandora have seen him from where she's at vanish for sure?
the way you are, I think you're like right on that cusp of darkness, like purposefully just where you can peek out. So I think I don't think it takes you long. With this minute, I think the darkness would have disapparated. You would have realized that the sounds of combat. You would have heard the portal that he made open up. Gather that he is no longer here.
Okay, so I'm over here doing the I've got a jar of dirt thing with the mask.
Mhm.
Very yeah. See now we're happy. So you don't have to worry about that, friend. Good to have you back.
I'm not going to lie and tell you it's good to be back. He does the thing that like old men do when they get up and make a lot of noise, and you hear him creaking and stuff. Like he shuffles. I don't even usually stands up straight and big. He just stays hunched, starts to shuffle, whichever direction we need to go. So I need to lie down for a little bit before we try to open the fucking gate. How many more?
Davos will agree. I mean, we can rest here, but this place is still. I don't feel safe here. Does anyone have a place we can be safe?
No.
I don't think I have any spells for that right now.
We also don't know. Characters do not know what you did to do the mask. So like.
Yeah. Well, I think he said he didn't have that spell prepared today.
Or he didn't have a slot for it, but.
I did express that to Goldbrand earlier, so I guess he would know too.
I mean, I do not have any spells. Goldbrand does not have any spells that can help, that can take us anywhere else. Davos could theoretically teleport us, but then we have to leave and come back, and that's very dangerous. God knows what's in the keep by the time we get back.
This is true, but we are also like tattered right now.
Yeah, y'all are fucked up. Well, not Barbara.
This is pretty bad.
Not Davos, but everybody else is.
I mean, yeah, no, I have HP, but I have nothing to do. Like all my charges are gone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Goldbrand's still throwing up from being resurrected. Forgot to narrate the terrible sensation and resurrected us. I can theoretically raise earthworks like we did before if we wanted to try to camp here. Also very risky. There was not.
Yeah, you and Yuan you feel you could seal off the stairways. Those are the only two entryways to the cavern, so you feel like you could comfortably block those off.
Alright, I'm down to try.
Okay.
I have.
Both of you get to work very quickly.
Yeah. But say I have mold earth.
Both
and
of you
I
very
have,
quickly.
A big spell. Go ahead.
One shape.
Yeah, I think.
Regardless, I'll allow the mold earth to get the job done. You feel comfortably fortified. It's not impenetrable, but it's a lot better than what you were a second ago.
Defensible position.
As you all take this moment to catch your breath, Davos will mention, all right, so rest tonight, hell's tomorrow. We have that ring of fire resistance if anybody wants it, and we have the mask. You know, if I get the feeling that if one of us is attuned to it, it can't just be snatched like it is if we're holding it. So I think someone either needs to put it on, or we need to put it somewhere where they can't get to it.
Decisions.
If we get a long rest, I can do whatever, but till then, kind of locked.
Yeah,
So
I can't do
wait.
nothing, and Skullport's not safe anyway, so.
We really have a choice.
Nowhere is safe.
We either have to put it on or we have to leave and come back. And the reason we would leave is to take it to Safine, where we can put it on or we can put it up. It does not seem like we're not gonna be able to put it up from here. So we either take it with us or we leave and come back. And if we take it with us, we put it on. That's what it sounds like. The only way to keep it, really. Well,
Yeah.
strong word, but
I mean,
Oh, damn.
I can put it on if I have to. I'll have to unattune to something.
I'm worried about TMS seeing us.
Is there
She'll see us for a
something we
second.
can, and is there something I can do to make us like do we have anything that if she did see us it wouldn't do her any good?
No. You could stand on one of the anti-magic zones
You
and
have
put
a
it
couple
on.
of ideas. You know that Yuan has a amulet of non-detection.
Yeah.
You know that you could potentially put down the magical darkness and put it on in that. However, you get the idea that a godlike entity would be able to see through that. The anti-magic zone is not a bad idea. I would
Yeah.
say that's a bit of a very small gamble. I'm gonna basically, I'll say, I'll roll a d20, and on a 5 or lower, she still sees, but everything else it'll be good. Because again, divine level entity. And it's weird because it's technically when you attune to it, and I don't know how attunement would work in an anti-magic zone. I don't think it would work. You know what I mean?
I
Fair.
tend to agree.
That's my thought processing.
That's a
I have an
cyclical...
attunement slot.
Well, maybe not. I was gonna say.
So Arcanarchs could also take it.
You have how many that are free?
I got one. That's free.
Okay. Because I would give somebody the amulet from now. I'm not attuned to it. If they wanted to wear it while also trying to attune, but that means you would need to have 2 slots.
I mean,
So.
We can't make anything.
I would, I think we have said short rests for attunement in the past, so I would allow you to take the amulet and the mask, attune to them both, and then take the amulet off, reattune to whatever you had previously within the same long rest period.
So it's just whoever wants to wear it then.
Could do some hot swapping.
If Ark has the free slot and you want to wear the mask, then I'll give you the amulet and you can, play Legos with it.
Y'all swap.
What do you say, Pandora?
When you put the beer one on, you put the other one on Ark.
No.
Just plain hot potato. Ark, do you want to wear it? I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah, might as
you.
well. Well, with my oath, is stopping Tiamat is my burden to bear.
Okay, I'll come put the
Uh,
amulet around your neck and tell you that this should protect you from scrying and divination magic, and that hopefully you can attune to this without interruption.
You all take your long rest. Everyone can hit that button. While you're at it, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Shout out to what was it, Buff? I almost said Buff Weasel, but I don't think that's right.
Buff Weasel?
I gotta say,
Oh.
wait. Beef Plays. Thank you, Beef Plays. As you all take your rest, Arcanox, you are while you physically rest, you are a little on edge. There is this mild paranoia This is the second time one of the worm speakers has tried to snatch a mask from you. You are constantly on the edge of your seat waiting for someone else to pop up or something to appear. But nothing happens. At the end of the hour, you feel at the end of the first hour, we'll say, you feel the amulet take effects, protect you against the scrying magic. You place the mask on your head. And at the end of the second hour, you feel as it since you're already draconic in shape, it almost feels like it encases you. And all of you watch as Arcanox's face shifts from his normal red exterior to white. And his features change slightly. His jaw becomes a little more emboldened, like the little spikes on his chin that would almost resemble a beard are now ice. His horns change shape just a bit. And while it is predominantly white, there are streaks of his natural red that bleed through, creating this very unusual but oddly beautiful effect. Arcanox, you may add the white dragon mask to your inventory and attune to it. This has a few different perks. Due to you already being a dragonborn, I'm going to say that this gives you the ability to use cold for your breath weapons. It also has the unique effect that allows you a recharge on your breath weapons.
Ooh.
So if you guys take a long rest or a short rest, you are going to regain all of your charges. Because essentially every 6 seconds, you'd be able to roll a dice. And if you got a 6, you would get a charge back. So I'm going to say that over a period of time like that, you will get all of the charges back. This does have some other perks to it. I'll let you look over those. You take the amulet off, pass it back if you wish, and reattune to whatever item you had previously. Does anyone want to attune to the Ring of Fire Resistance? I don't know if anybody has...
So since Goldbrand can rage, he doesn't really have a need for that. Arc, do you already have fire resistance?
Oh yeah.
Arc,
All right,
yes.
wait. All right.
Z,
Yeah,
do you already have fire resistance?
Not
Z.
anymore, I don't.
You on? Okay, I see. You would have a Z. So it leaves Davos, Pandora, or you on?
There's something else I would prefer to attune to. Nobody's going to use it, so if anybody wants the ring, take it. I want that know you mantle.
Yeah.
Yeah!
You're welcome to it if you want it. Davos is tankier than you.
Davos,
Yeah.
I would say that it's probably worth swapping out the crystal ball for the ring. I'm not going to make that decision for him, but we'll offer that as... he also, I just realized, is not level 18. He's still level 17. I will say... but he also has the shield. Well, but he only... Attuning to that just gives him resistance to range damage. And he's pretty tanky as is. Okay. Well, if no one wants to immediately claim it, we'll offer it to Davos when he returns next week. Otherwise, we will just keep it in the bag. As we wrap up our rest, everyone needs to remove the effects of Hero's Feast. So so reset your maximum HP back to what it is supposed to be.
Done.
If you have if you have spells that you want to prepare, now is the time to do that, because we are about to make our way into hell.
Oh,
Davos will give one final update, I guess. It's been a while, so this is my way of in-world reminding you guys. All right, so our goal is to find the Red Worm Speaker, Enmity. We don't know his exact location, but we know that he works for the Archduchess Zariel. We know that he has Integrity, our yellow-skinned tiefling ally. We also know that he has a Solar, Safarina, a powerful celestial who can be an ally and potentially help get rid of that damn book. We also know that Tiamat is trapped in Avernus. And if we're careful, we might be able to learn something about her captivity or the ritual or the people helping her. But we're also going to be we're going to be in completely unfamiliar territory and a war-torn area that is constantly at war. We'll need to be careful. Try our best to lay low. If we get too much attention too soon, things could go very bad. Does anyone have anything else before we try to proceed?
I mean, as long as I got that rest, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I think I'm
Alright.
okay. I did take that mantle of spell, whatever.
Spell turning? Nice.
You would think I would know the name of it. I just picked it up.
Fantastic.
But yes.
This is why
Yeah.
this is why I didn't go on the guide trips. Davos. It's always this shit with you. Go
Davos shrugs like, hey, I've never been to hell. I mean, this is new territory for all of us. Besides, good old road trip, who knows? Might even find a dragon that you can kill. that was a good one, because clearly you wouldn't be the one killing it. It'd be me. I don't know why I'm turning him into Kronk, but
I don't know. I see it.
Big dad energy.
The smite for Cusco. The smite especially made to kill Cusco. Cusco smite.
I love it.
Wrong spell slot.
All right. After you guys all take your rest, undisturbed, feeling much more comfortable in this lair that now seems to have largely died off in activity, you stand before the towering stone and steel gates, and you can literally feel the heat radiating off of these doors, smell the sulfur and smoke, see the glow of flames just beyond the edges of the doorway. A large pentagram painted in blood covers the majority of the gates, and a large round handle is set within its center. Infernal runes are etched into the perimeter of the handle, which glow a flickering, dim orange light. Yuan, I allowed you a chance to make this Arcana check yesterday. You did not quite get high enough to understand how to open it. I will allow you a new Arcana check. The offer remains as well to use the Book of Vile Darkness to get advantage and +6. I will tell you at 14 does not make it.
No, I promised somebody I'm carrying around I wouldn't do that anymore. I don't want her to get mad at me.
You, as of now, do not know how to get into the gates. I would allow someone else to make a check. However, none of you speak Infernal and cannot read the runes.
Huh. Well, that is a bummer.
Oh,
It's a conundrum. It's almost like you either got to wait a whole nother day or crack into a book.
I'm not doing it. I sit down on the ground defiantly and cross my legs. No.
Say, there's got interesting. There's no man. There might be literature about it further up in the keep. Like, there's got to be instructions somewhere. It doesn't mean they're in the keep.
Yeah, on the way through the keep, you did not see many books. Most of what's already here seems to have been from the Harpers. It does not seem like Molek brought stuff here. It seems like the Tower of Bone was his.
And the
Sanctum might be a stretch, but
and the book was his book, where he would have kept his instructions and stuff.
Correct.
The language is infernal.
I vote we start like cutting our hands.
The language
is on
infernal.
the wall. And fucking, we'll go over and try to go get some pigs. We'll slaughter a pig on the wall. I don't fucking know.
I'm down for anything.
Can I not cast comprehend languages with somebody else?
You could. They would get to make an Arcana check, but I will say that I don't think anyone else has a decent Arcana score. It's intelligence-based, and we are not a very intelligent party.
No, but I sure can hide like a motherfucker.
I can't hard.
And Dora read a book once and got the most important piece of information, so who knows? It could happen again.
I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna read the book though. Gonna pace around this room mindlessly with nothing else to do.
Oh, I'm gonna roll a d20. Hang on. Davos will kind of look to you, Yuan, be like, so I'm the first to agree that I don't think you should read that. But we are talking about an enemy who is amassing forces and gold and sacrifices by the day. The longer we give them, the more time they have to increase the odds of the ritual. We don't know when they're planning on doing this. We don't know how close they are. And if we, wait till tomorrow and still can't figure it out? Do we have to wait another day?
Yes.
Put on the math, man.
While he's
Alright.
saying that, I cross
Like,
my arms
get
and look at him and I
that.
say, if only I knew a bard that could have inspired me to roll higher.
Woo!
Ooh!
Can
Mike
you
dropped.
Fired.
He goes, I was a little busy.
can you ask
The mic drop is-
Evangeline?
I guess. I mean, if we want a wombo combo it, I guess sure.
I mean,
She doesn't technically know the language either, and I don't even know what her arcana would be.
I was
I'll say, I
hoping
don't
she
think
would just know
she
how it
speaks
opens.
Celestial.
Let's see.
She would report if you were to ask her.
Oh,
I
she
am
does know all
unfamiliar with
languages.
how knows all languages. That does change a little bit. You can have her roll an Arcana check. If she does
Sure.
not have Arcana listed, then it's just going to be a flat intelligence.
Okay, her intelligence is +3. 16.
You feel as she peers over the wall, reading the runes, trying to make sense of it. But it's not so much instructions as it is more of a pledge of offering. She goes, I'm not certain what would activate the gates. And frankly, I'm a little worried if we don't do it properly, we may leave it open behind us, which could cause a whole host of other issues. I cannot be of assistance.
Wow.
We know it's magic. What if I cast like a stupid high level dispel magic on the door? I mean, it would still possibly leave it open. I don't know if that's like a better solution.
I don't think it would particularly affect it. This is a gateway between realms. Because the reason the Hellgate is here is not because someone placed it here so much as this is where the area between the nine hells and the material plane is thinnest. I do not think a dispel magic would be the ticket.
Okay, I have one more thing I can do. I don't want to do it, but I'm going
Well,
to.
I was about to say, I can take us over there. I don't know where we will land. I can specify. I do. I can try to specify the other side of the gate, but I'll put it in chat so y'all can read. It doesn't seem to be exact. Oh, I don't have the tuning fork. Do you have one though, Yuan? Do you have one for the hells?
I had to buy a few because of putting U2 inside of the gate and giving him one to be able to plane shift out if I needed him. So technically I have one. I don't know. I mean, I guess if it requires attunement to the specific destination, that's tough.
Yeah, maybe you just got fire, water. I don't. Maybe you just got the cardinal like elements.
Well, you're talking about the symbols that you bought?
The tuning forks that he
Those were
bought
not. Well, he bought one tuning for the material plane. He bought the symbols with the mark of other planes, but I thought that was for something else.
Oh, you're right. I did buy multiple of those, which I realized after reading I didn't have to buy multiples. I could have just bought the one because it doesn't get used, but whatever. I do have those things as well, but it's for like the upper or lower plane specifically. It's not like a set destination, so I don't know. I don't think that would suffice.
I mean, isn't the hell's a lower plane?
But it's not a tuning
It is
fork,
a
and the
lower
spell
plane.
specifies.
Yeah.
I forgot about the tuning
Yeah.
fork.
I'm not thinking you'll be able to do that. I will say that you have another material plane tuning fork, just because that would be, while you got it, you might as well get, a
Right.
couple, because you bought it with the intent of giving one to you too. So I will say that you still have one of those, but it is not attuned to the lower planes, to the Avernus.
Okay. It's one other thing I could try. I don't want to do this. And if it doesn't work, I guess I can read the book. It seems like a stupid choice. But whatever. All right, folks, hold on to your butts. I'm going to cast Demiplane, and I'm going to welcome you two to the stage to roll an Arcana check against this war.
You all what?
Make you two read the book.
You all
That's
no,
a bad
no.
idea.
You all
Not doing
watch
that.
as a doorway appears. Yuan opens it, and in his very casual way, why don't you join us? And emerging from the doorway is a exact identical copy of Yuan. He does not possess all of the items that Yuan does, but for all intents and purposes, he looks the exact same. Yuan looks around. He's kind of startled to see that there are other people here. When he was created, and from that moment on, the only person he has seen is Yuan. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I little caught off guard. I've been awfully quiet in there. Why have you brought me here?"
Sorry, I should have given you something to read or just do. I don't know.
Something
Look.
to read would be nice.
I took the book a little closer inside my breast pocket. I sort of gesture towards the door and I say, "We've all tried our hand at this. None of us have been able
I'm
to
sorry.
quite crack
I need to
it."
make a very important distinction. Yuan looks just like you. Excuse me. You two looks just like Yuan before Yuan read the book, because Yuan did not start reading it until after this. So Yuan, you two still looks healthy, or healthier rather, and I think it provides all of you sort of a realization of how not far gone Yuan is, but the rough state that he is in. Sorry, continue with what you were saying, Josh.
Don't mind my appearance. It's been 75 years since I locked you up. Anyway,
Oh dear God. They were right.
We're struggling with something, and I feel like the only person who is smart enough to help us solve it is me again.
Oh,
So if you wouldn't mind, I need you to go over to this
be
gate.
careful, you're going to dislocate our shoulder patting yourself on the back.
If you wouldn't mind,
he will
walk over
follow
to
you
this
to the
gate
gate.
and see what you can determine.
Certainly.
As other Yuan goes over there, Golbrand wants to shamble up behind.
You two.
Yeah, as you two goes over there, Golbrand wants to shamble up behind Yuan. What the actual fucks is that? Who is that?
Don't worry about it, old man. It's fine.
You two will go to the gate and look. And as he reads it, he's mouthing along to the word, reading it. He goes, "Well, it appears rather simple. A bit of blood on the handle. Recite the incantation. The door will open. At least that's what we think."
Between the two of them. He says we as in like, is that what you think? To Yuan? Like,
I look at him and I nod approvingly, and I pat him on the shoulder and I say, "Ah, yes, I knew we could do it between the two of us. Thank you so much. Does it say anything about closing the door, or is it just a dab of blood and an incantation?"
I believe if the incantation is recited correctly, that yes, the door will be closed behind you, but still be accessible from the other side. My thought is that the incantation is not written on the other side of the door, lest the demons or the devils use it to get out. Memorizing it or copying it would be a good idea.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I apologize that you've been locked in there for so long. And I also apologize.
I will admit, it felt like a long time, but 75 years is not quite. I suppose it was quicker than I thought.
Oh, I'm just pulling your leg. It's not been that long. I just look terrible. That's fine. It's on me.
So, how long has it been?
How long has it been? It's been days.
It's been about 8 days, yeah. And you see him kind of like, when you tell him that, he kind of, does go by slowly. I don't even need to sleep, so it's rather dull. I do have to ask you, though. Do they ever stop?
What?
The voices. The ones in here.
Telling you, I'll break it to him.
I
Send
need
him over
you
the
to
edge.
explain what's been happening in there.
It lasts forever.
Well, I remember your memories. And I remember having things that lived in me. Lived in you, I suppose. But they're not quite the same. And yet they are. It's almost echoes of them. There's a fiery one and one that's much more grounded. I was hoping that you might be able to provide some insight into dealing with it. They are my only company, so that's nice, but it just gives me the willies, you know?
I hate to ask you to do this, but I will need you to go back in. Before we close the door, I think we need to go sit and have a conversation about what I am and I guess as an extension what you are. I can tell you more about...
Just like the birds and the bees. I remember that much.
Yes, eventually someone will come to take a rib and you will have a counterpart. In the meantime, I'll start to walk him back in if he agrees, and I'll explain to him, the situation, what I am, what made me.
I think when you walk him back in, he is almost a little hesitant. I mean, we're talking about, 200 or so hours in complete solitude in a stone room with no distinguishing features. He still goes, of course. He still obeys you. But I think you sense a reluctance. You've brought a creature out of its prison, and you're bringing it back. And even if the prison is there for a good reason, I think you see a bit of that,
existential
reluctance.
crisis.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, somebody's attuned to one of the masks. We thought we needed to lock them away, but I guess it might be smart to keep one locked away as a safety measure, but on the flip side, what's the point? I don't know. Maybe I'll have an existential crisis.
I think we keep one locked up, we go get the others and wear those. As long as one's locked up, we have a very good shot at making sure she doesn't come back, or we make it much harder. Because they need all 5 for the guaranteed. So just as long as we got one, right. They ain't got 5.
Yeah. I will snap my fingers.
An 80% chance.
And I'll point at the rest of the group, and I'll ask for the books that we acquired on Tiamat and the books that explain some of the devils and stuff, because we finished reading those to give him some interesting literature to look over.
He will
Goldbrain,
gladly take those.
Goldbrain gives him a random book out of the bag and doesn't realize it's Davos's copy of Tusk Love.
He does know Draconic and Infernal as well, so he will be able to read both of those texts. So that's nice. Yeah, he is happy to have something to keep his mind busy. He goes,
I would like.
who knows? Maybe after this.
I was going to say point out, simulacrums technically cannot learn.
Learn, yeah.
Well, okay, never mind.
He can pretend to try. It's fun.
Yeah.
It keeps him
If
busy.
nothing else, it gives me something to do. Yes. Sisyphus pushes a rock uphill at least. I mean, goddamn, I need something.
I don't know if we have anything in the bag of holding we're not using that's like small trinkets, but just something that seems fun. Pull some stuff out of there. Drop
Probably
it
got some cat toys or something. I don't know.
a little.
You got a deck of playing cards. You can remember how to play solitaire.
I would have cards, I would think, as a pirate, like a gambling pirate.
Yeah.
Lots of people start with gaming sets and things like that.
I think you'll hand him a few objects that will help pass time, and he seems very thankful for that. And he doesn't drag his feet quite so much as he follows you into the chamber.
I'll also look at him and say, sort of knowingly, after we have the conversation, of course, I hope you know that this is just a temporary situation. I hope to be able to pull you out of here sooner than later, but you have to understand that we need security for now to ensure the destruction of our existence does not come to fruition.
No, I understand completely. It is perfectly rational to want something to safeguard these, and I think, not to pat myself on the back as well, but I think your idea was quite brilliant. I feel rather safe in here. Just dreadfully dull. But like you say, it's not forever. And who knows? Maybe one day you'll die out there, and I will be stuck in here forever, awaiting someone to come, so I have permission to leave.
That's grim.
Or maybe I'll be trapped in here forever. Maybe I shouldn't think about it so much.
We don't have any like implements to tell time or keep time, do we? He wouldn't know. Like days pass. It's a blank room.
No. Yeah. You can reform it every time you conjure it.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably make this a little more decorative. It still has to be like mostly plain walls. Maybe there's like some furniture in there, like a small tapestry to look at or something. If I can do that, I'll make it nicer,
It's just the Slytherin common room now.
Yeah, you see a bedroll pops up and he's like, oh, thank God, my fucking ass bones are just fucking raw.
Yeah.
I don't even need to sleep, but something to sit on. Jesus. And he like folds it like in thirds to where it's like nice and cushiony and like sits on it. Is that like a meditation pad? Oh, Mallard.
Well, hopefully that at least keeps you from dying of boredom in there for a bit longer until we complete our task, and I promise to yank you out as soon as possible.
I could use a good yank. Out. I mean,
And I'm sure Pandora's got some ye old nudie mags in her bag.
She's a pirate, of course. There's something.
Don't corrupt Chappie.
God.
What are you doing?
I mean, that's what I do. I'm bored. Shit.
Pot calling the kettle black there. You on.
They're your urges too. At least you have Tabitha. I mean, I remember her, and I remember certain things, but
I turn around, I'm like,
I wasn't. Do simulacrums have genitals? That's the question of the day.
You know what? Reddit has an answer. I'm certain.
Stop.
It's funny because you have to make it out of snow. So I guess I have to ask you: when you made yourself, did you give yourself a dick?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
They can't use it. It is an illusion.
The illusion of a dick.
Oh no, I look at the rest of the group and I'm like, you're curious what he is. He's a 1-to-1 replica of me. If you want to take a peek.
Oh God. But see, Goldberg has to believe that because Goldberg doesn't know that it's.
This is like when everybody turned into Harry Potter and then they started. him, and he's got Jesus. Oh,
I don't know if anyone else. Oh. Oh.
can you hear?
Yes.
I think it was all of us. Like,
Yeah, that was
I
weird.
think Discord just had a panic attack and like the server almost died.
Yeah, that was weird. Because I was looking at stream. There's
Can't
no.
handle you on Simerac.
They can't. No you on you. Nah, yeah, no you on you on action. Yeah, I don't see you drop frames on the stream, so it had to have been Discord. Oh.
Yeah,
Weird.
the fact that everybody thought everybody froze, I could still partially hear you. I heard like some stuff about everybody turning into Harry Potter, and all I could think was, I hope nobody rolls deception because I definitely made it bigger than Yuan's really.
Classic. Part of me is like, Tabby files that away somewhere in her subconscious. If she ever finds out about you too, she'll be like, oh, that's a kink I can have while remaining loyal. All right, so you guys, you take you two back into the chamber. Anything else before you depart?
You should just verify that it's still there. You should just make him say it.
Oh, I mean, I could verify with my eyeballs whether or not the mask is
Yes,
still there.
is it
I
there?
created the room.
Yes. Yeah, you saw when he walked out that he had it with him.
Oh, okay.
Because he has been tasked with keeping it safe.
Oh,
And his,
so do we see that?
yeah,
Okay.
I imagine.
Okay.
Because I don't think he would leave it in the chamber because his prime directive is protect this. If somebody comes into this space, teleport to me immediately, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
All right, nothing else for you two?
I don't think so. I had to ruin part of my plan to actually get us through the door, but hey, it worked. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. I mean, very clever workaround. Yeah, you know the incantation. You know what you have to do. You have to be the one to read it because again, you were the only one who reads Infernal. But you recite. Actually, change my pages here.
After you two goes away, Goran wants to speak up. I would just like to point out the last time we left you alone with the powerful artifacts, it's not ended well.
This is true.
This doesn't worry you at all?
What about him? Look at you, be like, no, he has to follow my exact instructions. You see, he might have curiosities, but he's been in there for that long and hasn't acted on anything of substance or consequence. And even if he did, he's on a different plane of existence. I'm not certain what the repercussions would be. Speaking of, you all don't know where that is. Shh.
Modify memory.
I was about to say that the joke kind of goes over Goldbrand's head. He's very thinking like, well, of course I don't fucking know where it is. You just made it appear tonight.
Yeah.
Going off
I know
on his
exactly. The door was right there. I know exactly where it was. Like.
And watches it disappears, and then make the door disappear. Goldbrand has a panic attack.
Fantastic. Yuan, you recite this phrase. You take your obsidian blade, cut the center of your hands, and as the blood bubbles up into your hand, you go to smear it on the door, and as you reach forward, it actually is drawn to it, almost like a red mist, and then it sort of coalesces and pools on this this circular emblem in the middle of the door, and you feel a little weaker. You're going to take a point of exhaustion. But as you recite this incantation, the crack in the center begins to glow red as the doors swing open. And it reveals a nightmarish landscape. The cracked and barren earth is both bloodied and blackened. Putrid smoke chokes the sunless skies. A river of bloody ichor divides the landscape, and the constant clang of battle echoes all around you. The skies are hazy, trapped in a perpetual dusk with 9 suns just beyond the horizon and comets raining down from the sky. You see scores of fiends and demons trapped in this eternal blood war. And while you recognize some of them, there are dozens more that you don't, gridlocked into combat. I am going to share a couple of images with y'all, and then I'll keep reading that. These are just some generic images of Avernus to give you an idea of the aesthetic, as it were. You also see a myriad of fiends and demons, devils and demons, pardon me. Devils. These first two are of devils. Actually, excuse me, these first 3 are of devils.
Oh no, it's Randy. He's in hell.
Yeah. And then after that big group shot, all the rest of these are demons. All the images. Okay, one more and then I'll keep reading, sorry. I think that this
stream. We're
getting
moving
a
on to
visual. Yeah. I think this will help give a visual because I know devils and demons in our mythology and culture are pretty much interchangeable. However, there is quite a difference in the D&D. You see this hulking green-skinned brute with flayed flesh for a face and malformed legs, rips an arm off of an Araignes before greedily stuffing it into its gaping gullet. You see a bat-headed creature with 4 arms rakes claws against a bone devil, which retaliates with a volley of bleached spines fired toward the bat's open mouth and out the back of its skull. You see an insectoid beast with grasping tentacles and snapping pincers tries to drag a black-scaled winged humanoid into a river of blood before the fiend manages to strangle the creature with its own tentacles. You see a vulture-headed demon lashes its talons onto a fiend with a beard made of dozens of barbed tendrils before pecking out an eye and dropping the fiend some 40 or 50 feet from the air. Welcome to Avernus, the first level of 9 Hells. You are right here, right by the Hellgate. I will say some things right off the bat. It is uncomfortably hot. It is not quite extreme heat in the regards that you're going to make Constitution saves every now and then, but you recognize that this is not something that you feel like you can sustain long term. Everything about this place is difficult. The terrain is uncomfortable and difficult to navigate and confusing and almost seems to expand in some directions while being like almost mirage-esque in others. Distance is hard to ascertain and distorted. You find yourself positioned between the banks of a foul river, on the other side of which you see demons pouring out and surging to combat these fiends that are just never ending. On your right side, the east, you see a mighty fortress built into a volcano. And on your left side, you see a high hill with a patch of metal trees that lead up to its summit, sort of providing a vantage point to assess your surroundings. You sort of have 3 choices. You can go to the east, you can go to the west, or you can go to the north or south that lead to the river. How do you choose to advance?
This looks both enticing and scary. You mentioned a vantage point from which to see. Is that right here?
Yes, the hilltop. That is besides the volcano itself, that is the highest point around that you feel like you could assess your surroundings.
I think it's worth maybe trying to trek over there, although I feel like we're going to run into something scurry when we get there.
You get the idea. There's something scary in every direction.
Which means we need to minimize our stops. It's up to y'all. So
Right now,
yeah, but so right now we don't really know where to go.
exactly.
What's this fucking?
You're
sorrow
looking.
good thing. Sorry.
What?
I was sort of making fun because I know you probably can't actually tell me what this little Sauron looking thing is here.
Oh, I'll tell you what. You can make a history check, and on a 25 or higher, I'll give you an idea.
Weird. I want to go over here. That's what I want to see.
And I will say you don't quite see all of this from your current point, but yes, you do absolutely want to go there. Not for the reasons not because that's where enmity is, because that's where the mother of all dragons is.
Oh boy! You know, I guess I could have told that. Look at that, huh? Let's go to the hilltop if no one's opposed. I think we need to get the lay of the land before we.
Okay.
I'm down.
As you are approaching, I will say 2 people can give me perception checks.
Stavos better than Goldbrand? Let's find out.
Not it.
12. 11.
Mine's
Davos,
plus 12.
Pandora. Yeah, Davos, Pandora.
Hey.
Yeah, we perceiving shit.
Trying to.
Fantastic. 22 is pretty solid. Yeah. You begin walking over here. And as you approach these scattered trees, the first thing you realize is that they are not natural, but rather seem to be crafted from rough, blackened metal, with countless jagged spikes protruding from the trunk and branches, some well over a foot long. The second thing you notice is that nearly every tree bears the corpse, a corpse impaled upon it, and that most of the corpses seem to be knights bearing emblems of Lathander, Helm, Tyr, and other gods of light and justice. You also notice that these winged bat-like entities swarm about like oversized flies, or perhaps more like mosquitoes, as you see them sink an elongated spike into the torso of one of the corpses and drink its blood hungrily. You see that each tree that doesn't have a corpse has a black metal plaque that bears a name with the words Traitor to Zariel written in silver letters. With the 22, you also see that the trees seem to line a path that winds its way up to the hillside. This hill juts dramatically over the river Styx and is topped by the largest tree in the grove. And also just barely make out a dark figure pinned to the base of the tree. You all make your way up. Find you. Where did I put you guys? Maybe I did not put you out here yet. I did not. Pardon me. That is my fault. You guys are going to be on the path. Y'all. Look over to the far right. You will see your tokens. The hillside, sort of difficult to tell, but this is that area, the northwestern part is the area that was jutting out over the river and seems to have the highest vantage point.
This is gross. Goldbrand's sweaty.
It's pretty nasty.
Here we go, y'all. Does that perception check include, sussing this area in front of us out for enemies?
You don't see anything other than the people pinned to the trees and the sturges. I think Davos would be able to identify these small mosquito bat-like entities. In fact, I'll drop an image of a sturge so you have a visual.
Oh boy, here we go. I would like to move everybody just a smidge so I can get everything on the screen. Boop.
They're kind of nasty. And by kinda, I mean exceptionally nasty. Skeeter bats.
Skeeter bats, is that what you said?
Skeeter bats.
Yeah, they are gross. Ooh, I like the older picture. The first one is the
I do.
picture. The second one is...
Yeah, the first one's a little too fleshy for my like.
Yeah. You know what edition?
I guess it depends on if you're going for like it looks scary or it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That older edition picture's sick. I love it.
Yeah, same.
Ugh.
I found a different image that I also like, but I think this is a fan image. I'll drop it here just for shits and gigs, though. Oh, that's
V?
not.
For Vendetta. Oh, yeah. Alright.
But I agree. I think I like the middle one best.
Looks like a nice
You
map.
are all making your way across this path. You hear the sounds of conflict in the distance. The ground is littered with bones and blood spatters and smoke. What you choose to do?
We need to get up to the top of the hills to see what we can seize.
Yep.
I did not expect there to be companies. I guess he can't tell from here. He just knows there's someone pinned on the tree up top.
Yeah. Well, there's people pinned on every tree, but that tree seems
Yeah,
special.
it's big. Yeah, it's big. Oh, boys. I guess we go with cautions. Fucks that. I mean, let's go, y'all. Let's Goble thinks about it, and he's like, never mind. Can we rearrange our marching order real quick? Pandora and Yuan, can y'all go to the middle, please? Maybe
I'm
just
already
switch.
there.
Yeah, maybe just switch Davos and Pandora. Yeah, like this maybe. Yeah. All right, I like that. Just in case.
No, good call. I will move y'all as a collective just for simplicity's sake. You guys make your way further up the path. And it's very uncomfortable. Like all of these people, and Davos in particular seems the most, I don't know, icked. Because these are all knights of holy gods who seem to be serving. You were promised an afterlife. And rather than being with Helm in his divine realm, they are here. And it doesn't seem right. And most of these are knights of Lathander. As you get closer to the top, you see that one of the corpses twitch. And all of you, immediately brace up. But you realize, as your stomach turns, that these knights are just barely alive. They are not dead, but they are crucified in this grove to suffer for all eternity. You continue to make your way up to the summit, and just, again, your stomach is turning until you reach the top of the hill, where on this largest tree, you see what it doesn't take you long to realize is a vampire. A vampire with a breastplate bearing the symbol of Lathander, pinned to this tree. And where you see the Sturges drinking the blood of these other entities. One flies up and injects him, but rather than draining blood, pumps blood into him. He is being kept alive, in the most horrific way possible. As you approach, he looks at you and goes, Please, for the love of the Dawn Father, end me. I understand that I am here for my crimes, but no one deserves this. Not for an eternity. How do you react?
I don't know. Goldbrand's 50-50. He ain't no skin off Goldbrand's nose to take his head off. I guess you kill vampires differently. I'm also inclined to just leave him there. I mean, he might know some stuff that's helpful, maybe. But
I was about to say, I think you've met your first talking person in the Hells who does not seem to be a demon or a devil. Might be worth a few questions.
What do we want to know?
Well,
I think
we want to know
Devos-
where Zariel is. We want to know where the Duke of Enmity is. Zariel, right?
No.
No,
Zariel
they're
is
two
the
separate people.
Archjustice. Yeah.
We want to know where
Zariel
the Duke
is the Archjustice. Yes, you want to know where the Duke Enmity is.
That's because their name is Enmity, right? It's not a title.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, he's the Enmity, the Duke of Wrath.
Mm.
wielder of scorn and fury.
But first,
Uh,
we need to know where the Solar is. Is that right? Well, I forgot her name. We need to know where the angel is.
What's the
angel
first
Solar.
question you're asking?
Let's ask you about the angel. If we only get one out of him, I think we need to get the angel first because that's a massive boon of an ally to have in the Hells. Assuming we can get to her before we get to enmity.
You ask where the Solar is, and this man's face sort of contorts a bit. I know not where they would keep such a prisoner. Perhaps in the Maw, perhaps in the floating citadel. I cannot say for certain. I've even heard rumor that there's one up there, and he points, and y'all see. Well, now the horizon, the mountains all around that you can see, have suns that seem to be behind them, creating sort of a perpetual dusk. But there is one black, shining orb at the very top, almost like a dark sun. So I've heard rumors that there's one even there, but I cannot say for certain. Please, I'm sorry. I can help in other ways. What else do you need?
Where is enmity? The Duke?
Enmity. Yes. If he's not on the front lines, he is within the Maw, a prison far to the east of here. It's a wretched place, where only the most horrendous offenders are kept. Please, surely that is worth penance for my sins.
So you have mentioned before that Tiamat is not chained. She kind of wreaks havoc on this. Can we see any of that from where we are?
Make a new perception check from the top of the head.
Okay.
2 people.
Because I'll do Davos again. Pandora, if you want to roll the other one. Because if there's really a literal godlike battle going on, I wonder if we can see it. That sounds noisy and big.
Very anime mindset of you.
Natural one for a 22. Still higher than Davos. That's funny. That's the exact same score as they rolled last time. As you assess the landscape, you do see a few objects of note, landmarks, if you will. You do not, and while you see a conflict across, you do not see Tiamat herself. If you were verbalizing this to each other, the vampire will say, "Well, she is not always out here. She comes and goes as she pleases. She stamps about. Sometimes she remains in her lair to the far northwest. Sometimes she comes out and hungrily eats whatever she can. Sometimes she lashes out just to cause havoc and destruction. Enmity and his forces will sometimes push her back. I'm trying to keep her mostly on that side of the river."
Yeah. Enmity's in the Maw.
And I will jump back to this map.
We
for a
don't know where the
second so
Solar
you can
is.
see. It seems like, from what he's describing, they try to keep Tiamat on this sort of northwestern chunk of land, where she's a little more isolated. The Maw, he says, says to the far east, and he'll sort of point to this jagged opening over here. He says, "Yes, there, just beyond Bell's Forge." And have Davos roll a religion check with advantage for me.
I can find religion. 15.
15. He has heard the name that he is not certain who that is. He's like, Bell, that's a pretty high ranking. I think he either is a duke or was a duke. I can't remember. I never thought I'd need all this. He's like, "Oh, we can check the book." Oh, I gave the book to you too. Oh well. Maybe another day. I think he will note particularly engaged by the fact that this man has the symbol of the Dawnfather on his chest. I think he'll say, "Who are you? What is this place? Why are you being punished?" And the figure will sort of lower its head a bit. Goes, "This is Harriman's Hill, also known as Coward's Way. My name is Yonder Sunstar. I was turned against my will into a vampire and swore to do my best to eliminate them. I devoted myself to the Dawnfather. I was once a Hell Rider. The Hell Riders were a mighty cavalry. The Archangel Zario led into the Hellgates to wage war against the fiends on their own land, trying to drive them back after years of the fiends invading the material realm. We wanted to put them on the defensive. Zario and the Hell Riders fought well, felling wave after wave of the fiends, but it was never enough. Even when we managed to finally get the upper hand, we limited the devil so much and diverted their attention that the demons became more prominent. As our numbers thinned, it caused morale to sway. And we routed. Well, he looks across. All of us here routed. Zariel's forces fell. And so it would seem did she. I don't understand how, but she went from being the spearhead against the fiends to dethroning Bel as Archduke and becoming Asmodeus's right hand. Every one of us here fled back across the gates. But when we die, she snatches up our souls and pins us here as punishment. This is what we reap from it. Endless eons of torment and anguish, kept just on the brink of life, guarded by a wretched watchdog Harriman. Will admit I am ashamed for what I did, for leaving Zariel and the Hell Riders, but I don't think any of us deserve this. Please, just bring an end to it.
Is there anything else you can tell us about how to get to the Moss?
It goes across Bell's Forge. A dangerous place, to be certain, but... Well, what do you want with enmity? Do you wish to make a deal with him? Do you wish for his aid?
Enmity doesn't have the mask, does he? I think.
Enmity is the red worm speaker.
Okay,
Yes.
he does have. Oh, well. Oh, I don't want to say we want to kill him. He has something. We're going to take something from him. I don't think Goldbrown would lie. That's because he thinks that's what's going to happen.
Well, if you're not wishing an alliance, then perhaps talking to Bell would be wise. He is bitterly angry with Zariel for dethroning him, and enmity is one of Zariel's generals in this war. If he might help you spite enmity, just to get back at Zariel. Of course, that's a bit of a gamble. Devils are tricky. There's no guarantee you'd get out of it with a better deal, but if he thinks that you could disrupting Zariel and her forces is worth it, he may be willing to be very generous.
Goldbrown will turn to walk away. It's up to you, Dawnbringer, if they have earned their penance or not. Goldbrown's scared of religion, so he's gonna start sliding down the hill.
I think I would look at.
Will
I want to look at him
Sorry,
and
go
then
ahead.
look at Davos, and I want to say, like most of the Davos, do you know what happens to someone who dies down here? Do they just cease to exist?
Roll a religion check. I think again with advantage for Davos.
God, that's me. I am Davos. 11.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, I know that when you kill a devil on the material plane, normally they won't be reincarnated. But I know that's not the case for all of them. I think some of the more powerful ones can still be brought back. I don't know. The closest we ever come to fighting something like this was Azazel, and we killed him over there, but with that thing, he points to Goldbrand's scythe, make sure he wouldn't come back.
Oh, do I need to do this once? Goldbrand will take the scythe out and climb back up the little hill he was walking down.
Yondar will say, I do not believe that they will be here. I do not believe they have a claim on my soul if I am ended by someone else. If a devil kills me, then yes, I will be constantly reborn. But I think if someone else does it, especially if you, a Knight of Lathander, can cleanse me, grant me atonement for my sins. Please, I'm desperate. And as he's looking at Davos, his face kind of contorts a bit. Wait. Erimbor? And as he says the name of Davos' father, we're going to call it a night there. Because I want Davos to be here for this. So, we will pick this up next week with session 15, with Davos back, which we have been gone for 5 weeks, but Davos has not been here in quite some time, so it'd be good to have our homie there. With that, we thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it, and we can't wait to see what happens next on Tyranny of Flagons. Blah, blah, blah. Keep rolling.